Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to episode 34 of Edge of Legend. We're going to do a quick round of introductions and then maybe do a small recap, and then we'll just get right into this bad boy for episode 34. Before we do, want to do a quick thank you for the raid to, let's see, I saw them right here, Dungeon Dive Bar. Thank you so much. We hope you guys like this game, and if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. We'll be more than happy to talk to you as we go along. But without further ado, let us do an introduction, starting with Sidney Rubino. Sidney, tell them who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Oh, gee, hi. My name is Sidney. I play Ilona, the half elf cloistered cleric, and my pronouns are she, her.
Wonderful. Sam, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Sam Sterling. I play Ichipokton Papaqui. She's the team barbarian, and our pronouns are she, her.
Awesome. Ian, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
My name is Ian. I am playing Woodwort, the gnome druid, and our collective pronouns are he, him.
Excellent. Michael Pow, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, I am Michael Powell, and I play the fabulous Rufa. And I play, he's a human investigator, and our collective pronouns are he, him, they, them.
Excellent. And last, but certainly not least, making their dramatic flair entrance, Kylie, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I am Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. I play Shionibus, the Elven Ranger. I totally lost the order that we were supposed to go in. And we both go by she, her. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Pretty much, you knocked it out in one. My name is PJ. I'm the GM for Edge of Legend and At20 Productions. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing every character in between. And a quick recap, for those that may not have saw our amazing recap done by Sam, and of course edited by all these amazing people on YouTube. You can go ahead and look up Edge of Legend to see all of our old episodes and our old recaps. But, so if you haven't seen that, last episode, after saving the city of Agrippa upon Aubert from an attack by the Orc army and some other moments here and there, the city decided it was time for a party. And party they did. There was music, there was dance, there was drinks. The Typing Pint, which is, of course, the tavern in this lovely city, has opened up their new whiskey bar, the Lost Cork. And a great time was had by all. Some moments of tension as people were discussing basically the war and what this meant for them. And then along the way, Woodward's past came to haunt him as a gnome slipped a little poison in some of his whiskey. After having a few shots just right down the gullet, this gnome basically said, by the way, the Archdruid says hi, and Woodward starts to slowly die of a poison called Decha's breath. Meanwhile, Alona and Morel are in a Ferris wheel trying to have a very awkward but sweet romantic moment, I guess. And then they see this gnome dying on the ground, and they go, "Holy snipes, in the name of Afro, we got to save him." So they King Kong their way down that Ferris wheel and get to work. Just about the time when the whole group, including Rufa and everyone, is making sure Woodward doesn't die, Shionibus gets called to the dance floor. As the vote that we put, the poll that we put to the audience was finally tabulated, and Shionibus was called up to dance with her long lost partner, Awesome Ra. And as they held each other in their arms and danced, and he told her all of his feelings and how great it was to see her for the first time in hundreds of years, they literally ascended into moonbeams in the night sky, and the babbling water made this romantic scenery. And as he pulled away from a kiss, his face cracked like an eggshell, and through blood and guts, this evil demon, this evil devil lord named Ravan said, "The first taste is free." And that is where we ended last episode. Now, before we started, we made a quick perception check for the whole group to see if they saw it. No one rolled higher on the die face than a 2. So it's safe to say that we're going to hand wave that no one saw this moment. And as Shionibus kind of comes back down, and her long partner, Awesome Ra, who vanishes into the night, we hand wave to the next morning. And this morning's going to be basically a campfire moment, if you will, but instead of campfire, it'll be breakfast fire as you all wake up in the Type and Pint. A few rooms have been set aside for you because, after all, you were the ones that helped save the city. Breakfast is being cooked. If anyone wants to go and cook breakfast or make changes, you're more than welcome to do so. But this is a campfire moment. You're free to talk to your NPCs, to each other, and make a plan of action, as now you have a lot of different options for how you can save this world from the war that is soon approaching.
Well, Ichi is sitting at a booth in in the bar, and she's face down on a table, kind of like arms splayed out, and she has requested from the waiter some coffee, please. I know it won't be from Bun Boys, but I don't know if she can make it over to Bun Boys this morning because she has a raging hangover.
Shionibus would join next to Ichi, but order the strongest alcohol they have so she can be at the same level Ichi was last night because reasons.
Really fast. I'm going to ask you, Sidney, please go first and I'll go after you.
Oh no, I was just gonna say a quip. It's not Bun Boys, but it's not from Fort Raggedy, so you're good.
You have a point.
You're not wrong. The coffee in Fort Raggedy is made by the excrement of the animals that eat the local beans. It's what it is. So, Shionibus, you want to have something alcoholic in the morning. The bar staff will ask you, they're a little tired, a little hungover themselves, and they ask you, all right, would you like a breakfast whiskey? Would you like a lunch whiskey? Do you want a dwarven cheese ale? It's a bit savory. We've got some from the kiln. If you want it, we can get it for you.
I want the strongest thing you have, except for that cheese ale. Because ew.
You know, at first, I was right there with you. The cheese wine, the cheese ale sounds terrible, but then you drink it. I mean, it pairs well with practically everything, but I don't blame you. Hey, Michaelin. She wants the gnomish wake up. Right. You want that with or without the egg and bacon in a glass?
Oh, surprise me.
Give it legs. I apologize in advance. So you're having a gnomish wake up with legs. Okay. And who's next on the starting their day off train?
I guess I'll go. This is one of the times that Rufa isn't going to be preparing breakfast because they're in a tap, they're in somewhere they have, cooks and stuff, and also I have some plans. First, I will be drafting a letter
Nice.
to Precious.
Very nice. Give me a diplomacy check for that letter.
Mm-hmm. And and because it does pertain to the Green War, do I get that +1 to it? Or
Yeah,
no?
I'll allow it. Yeah.
23.
The +1 doesn't matter at that point. I always love that. I love that you can tie everything back to the Green War, and you're like, 46. Oh, excuse me, 47.
Hey,
I love it.
Every little bit helps.
Hey,
With only 1 +1, you could save this poor city.
hey, if y'all remember during the Nightmare of Daltonshire Halloween game, Ian's first character was killed, and he only was 1 point off from the
Yeah.
saved before
Mhm.
he auto died. So you never know. You never know.
Fair,
Okay.
fair.
All right. So that was the letter. Good. I'll get back to you in a second on that. Each is getting coffee. Alona, what are you doing?
Well, My light bulb is flickering, and that makes me hella concerned. I got distracted. Sorry. Ilona is probably researching if she can, because does the Type and Pint have books?
From what you can tell from almost the 4-inch thick leaflets of paper that are stapled to the wall and the ends just kind of curling off, making half the room look like a book and unto itself. They don't really have books. They just have a bunch of freelance writing, poetry, journal entries, diaries, whatever, just literally taking up half the wall space of the Type and Pint Tavern.
Okay. I just think Ilona would probably take, like, she would do, if recall knowledge is possible, see if she can recall what kind of poison would cause those symptoms in Woodward, because I think she wants to get to the bottom of where that poison came from and how she can possibly make like an antidote for it in case it happens again.
Sure. Then in that case, with your notes and of course books from back of Or, you can make a medicine or religion check, your choice.
I think they're both the same, to be honest with you. 0 point. Oh no.
We accidentally poisoned him again.
We rolled in that one before game, and that's way better.
The only way to figure out what poison is to give him all these poisons in succession to figure out which one of the side effects lines up.
Exactly. I'm gonna do a medicine check.
Oh, we're getting closer. He's turning blue.
That's 27.
Okay. All right. All right. So we got Woodward. So besides breathing as a full action, what are you doing for your?
I think honestly, it's not the poison and being sick and such is obviously keeping his body bedridden, but I think his mind is it's kind of withdrawn at the moment. It's stuck in in basically the thought process of how did he find me? What were those last words? Can I actually recall the gnome? Did I know that gnome? That kind of trying to get as much memory back as possible of the event where he was poisoned.
Okay. Collecting your thoughts sounds like a good way to go. Cool. Let me put that down. And give me just a flat wisdom check. So D20 plus wisdom.
Great.
Plus level.
Oh, okay, great.
I'll give you that much. Be polite.
Well, it depends on how you roll. It doesn't matter how nice you are. I got a 10 with a +7.
Oh.
Okay. Cool.
Ian, I just want to point out, you rolled a 3, and I rolled a 3. And before this, I rolled a 1 and you rolled a 1. So we're rolling the same tonight.
Who's switching
Dice
dice?
jail. All of them.
All of them.
This is my Ilona dice.
They doing you dirty.
They doing you dirty in front of your squad. You can't let that stand. You gotta punish that dice. So starting off first with Ichi, because you're having coffee, is there any other NPCs you want to talk to as this warm, savory cup of coffee is poured in front of you? Yeah, it's not Bun Boys, but honestly, it's got this nice, fragrant aroma, like a good meaty bean. You can smell a bit of a sweetness on the back, and like maybe some macadamia nuts were used when making this batch.
Ichi will, with her face still on the table, like pull the coffee towards her and just like lift just enough to sip out the top. And then she'll look around. Is Hera around?
If you wish to speak with her, she is definitely there.
Okay. Still like this. Hera, come here.
Hera comes over from the morning fireplace where she is talking to Antigone as they're writing letters. She gets up and she just comes walking right over to you, and she kind of like pulls her head back. Hey, little fella, how you doing?
Hey, come sit, come sit. Uh, so, how was last night?
Perception check. Give you a perception check really
Yeah.
fast. Yeah.
That is.
Oh my god.
That's 22.
So you ask her, how was last night? She starts to gotta go, I mean, I don't even know. You can see her eyes are dilated, she's getting flustered, she's having like that kind of awkward panic, and she's like, I don't she's trying to cover something up, and she is not that great at it right now.
Ichi feels the caffeine fill her veins. And she just, and the energy of what Hera is hiding just combusts within her. She's, tell me. You, what happened? What happened? Tell me.
I'm gonna
Please.
she kind of okay, so she looks around, her hands on her desk, kind of like pivots her heels and sit next to you, and she goes, okay, so, and I'm gonna put a bookmark here really fast because I want to jump to something that Michael did at the very beginning because I want to make sure that gets, I don't want to forget that. So Michael, you write a letter. Do you have it delivered to Precious, or do you kind of do the handoff yourself?
Because I know I want to do something else as well.
Mhm.
Probably in that district. I'm not sure if it would be in that district though. That we discussed before.
Mm-hmm.
Would this be possible? Rufa's gonna walk to that district, try to kind of nonchalantly pass Beauregard and Precious, but as he passes them, he does a kind of a slip hand off.
Give me a quick stealth check.
Ooh, that's loud. 23.
So Beauregard senses something is amiss and kind of gives you an odd look. Precious just takes it while he's looking at you. She reads it. By the time Beauregard looks back at her, she's already eaten the letter. So, oh. Beauregard goes, my better half, I would like to inquire as to what is just going on here. And she goes, nothing for you to worry about. I know you're lying to me, but since this is a beautiful morning and I love you with all my heart, I am going to play ignorant on this subject. Precious looks to you and she's like, count me in.
Rufa just gives like a nod and just keeps walking.
So I think you have another part there. We're gonna put that on hold really fast. I want to jump back to this girls moment because now we're back at the type and pint, and you wanted to ask Hera what happened last night. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So Hera just kind of goes, so I asked Tobias to dance and be my prince for a night.
Oh. One night? Just a night?
I mean, I didn't want to be greedy. So I said like if he was
Greedy girl,
okay.
no one else wants him. You can have him. Offer
Wow.
yourself.
And she goes, yeah, but like, okay, so, but like, okay, I haven't dated a lot of guys. I've mostly the guys that I date are like warriors, you know, like mercenaries, like myself. We hang out. Hey, you're cute. Hey, you're cute. And in the morning, like we just like whatever, we go our separate ways, right? But we didn't do that last night. We just talked. like a lot.
She like holds Tara's hand, says, okay, I take this with a grain of salt because I do have a raging hangover, so I might not be thinking logically, but I think he needs you. And that's just my opinion, but that's just the opinion of a partially still drunk dwarf
Like,
that's had a lot of coffee.
what? I don't know. I mean, like, look, I'm a businesswoman. I have to travel and do a lot of things. I don't know if I can like just take them. I'm not gonna like what does that even mean?
You know, you're right. You're right. You're strong, independent. That's valid. You don't need a man. You don't need a man. But sometimes you can have a man. And it sounds like you did. Good on you. That's my girl.
And she kind of leans in. She's like,
Coffee's
shh.
raging.
She looks at me. She's like, no, I didn't. Like, okay, so like we kissed a little bit, but that's about it. That's it.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. If anything else happens, you can tell me, right?
Okay, so there's like one other thing.
Yeah.
This is so stupid. Oh my god, Tobias is so stupid. I hate him. Um okay, so after we talked, he walked me to my room and he kissed my hand and he said, "Good night, princess. It was great seeing you this evening." Like he called, I mean,
Well.
oh,
You deserve a night like that. Even if you're tired of him today and the interest lasted 24 hours and you're ready to move on, you deserved a night like that, all right? Okay.
yeah. Thank you. I do. I work hard. I work really hard, and sometimes it's nice just to not feel like I'm just gonna like go ahead and bash all the skulls in a bar. Sometimes I deserve to feel special.
There's a time for everything. Time and
Yeah.
place. We'll get to
Yeah.
bash skulls. We bash skulls every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like that. And also, since you were such an amazing like wing woman for me, let me know when I can be there to support you too. Like you get someone's eye and you want to go for it, let me know.
We'll see. We'll see. I got a lot to do. But anyway, she goes back to drinking her coffee.
All right. Really fast. I want to take a quick second and say thank you. I'm probably going to butcher this. Evandale, thank you so much for the raid, Evandale. We hope you like the show. We're going to be doing a little Pathfinder 2nd Edition homebrew game, and you've met them just at their morning campfire or their morning breakfast as they had a major party. So, Shionibus, you ordered a stiff breakfast whiskey, or what they call a gnomish wake up with legs. Eventually, a nice kind of like massive cup used for coffee is filled, and you can see that it's filled with like 3 parts coffee and about 1 part whiskey. You can actually smell the whiskey coming through the coffee. You see there is 2 strips of bacon in the cup, and there is an egg kind of floating there. And the person gives you a spoon and says, if you want to make it thicker, just crush the egg and spin it around. It'll give it a nice kind of frothy but like creamy texture. But if you want to just, have breakfast in a cup, it's good for slurping.
Thanks. And she like scoops the egg off onto a plate and then the bacon and it just like downs.
All right. Is there any NPCs you wish to talk to? Tobias is late to arrive as his morning prayers took a little longer than usual. Morel was there about when you guys were. Morning prayers already done. And now he is talking to Joey, who's having breakfast that is basically like dino nuggies and like macaroni and cheese, and Morel is just looking at him with like this book and he goes, okay, so a knight of Acadia is, and Joey's going, they are brave and valiant, they are a shield to everyone. Oh, that's right, okay. Oh, number 2, a knight of Acadia is. Meanwhile, Hera and Antigone, Hera has left, but Antigone and Hera are doing their like little notes to you know who, letters and stuff. Well, actually, you don't know, but they're doing letters. Tobias just comes down. He's not wearing his armor. He's just wearing like normal clothes, and he just kind of looks nonchalantly like, "Hello, everyone. Good day, I suppose." And of course, Rufa has left the bar.
Probably was Morel and Joey at the same table as them?
They are in a different. They're basically, so you have like long rectangular tables. They're at the other end of the table. Because there's a hungover dwarf and a woman drinking whiskey at like 7 in the morning. So they're giving you guys some room. 7, 8, 9. The sun is up. That's all that matters, and they're giving you some space.
Shionibus would probably just like slide the plate of like the egg and the bacon just down to them. And then probably just sit there and cry a little.
Morel will take the eggs and bacon away from Joey before he gets a touch, and he's just like, really? Whiskey-soaked eggs and bacon? Shionibus, I don't judge you, but I'm just going to eat these. And he just downs them in one gulp. Alona, you're going over some old books, Alona, and you start seeing this thing about different plants, dangerous plants that grow all over the world. You eventually find a plant that says not much is known about this poison because it is one of the druidic craft or druidic poisons, but they have been able to translate what little they know, what little they can, into the holy text that you looked at. And you know that this is a poison that is very hard to find. However, happens to be cultivated by druidic circles.
Right. When we were in Molly Moss, this is for everybody. When we were in Molly Moss, the person that ran into the druid that said he knew Woodward was Shionibus. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Great. And I'm assuming she didn't tell the rest of the party that. That was just something that you saw.
I thought she did. I thought she brought up the Archduke and she's like, yo. Or at least at one point when Woodward came back, she was like, yo, this person's looking for you, right? And I assumed everyone else was around when she said that.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is the second time Alona has clocked something with druids and Woodward. Also, out of character question, where was Joey at the party?
I'm so glad you asked, because I've been preparing for this.
Oh.
Joey and a handful of other kids were under very limited adult supervision, but they were at KB Toys the entire night.
Oh.
Wow, they opened up late.
Well, when the whole town's having a party, everyone's agreed that you're gonna have a great old hoedown. You kind of have to have someone going, oh, what about the bloody kids? Show them the KB Toys, get Raw and Moss in there, and they'll do the work. And so, sure enough, like, Joey's like, I met a kid. His name was Mac, and we played on the new Dream Maker 5. We are good. I beat him. I beat him this many times.
That's so many times. I'm so proud of you, Joey.
He does a little squeal and he gets excited. He goes, yeah, and we're gonna keep playing when we travel, because we're friends now, and we have Dream Maker 5s.
That's amazing. So is everyone down in the area of the Type and Pint, or is Woodward still upstairs recovering?
I believe that's up to Woodward. Are you down with everyone else drinking?
He's definitely not drinking anything besides water for everything that he went through already. probably nothing to eat either. But I would assume that he's probably one of the last ones down.
Okay.
With Mush very close near him.
At this point, I would like to go over to Woodward, wherever he is, and ask him, are you remembering anything about last night at all, or is your memory still gone?
Well, I've got bits and pieces of it. I remember being with Ichi. I think I got in a fight with Rufa, and then I'm not entirely. There was a gnome. There was a gnome. It may come back over time.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to remember right now. Whatever it was, I'm sorry that your body went through that and that you went through that. But I do feel the need to bring up, because I did discover that the thing that you were poisoned with was the breath of Deka. And I did learn that it is really only cultivated in druidic circles. So if that is important information for you, I felt like you needed to have it.
I think as those last couple words are kind of, she's saying them because that was the sentence planned, not because they need to be said. Woodward's kind of taken aback to hear about the name of the poison and the druidic circle part, and he reluctantly lets forward. Oh no, the arch druid Alona. That's what happened. Well, it came close to finding me already in Mollymoss, right? It was only a matter of time.
Are you in trouble?
No, well, trouble implies I did something wrong, and I definitely didn't do that. So, he's not the best of my friends.
Well, he doesn't sound like a friend at all if he tried to hurt you like that.
Yeah. Does somebody have coffee?
I think Ichi got some coffee over there. Do you want some?
Yeah, I think I need. I don't know. It's probably the only thing that sounds good.
I'll go get you some coffee.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Aluna walks over to the bar and asks for a cup of black coffee and then sugar and cream on the side, because she didn't ask how he liked it, so she got some on the side just in case.
Okay. Really fast, Ian. Those things you mentioned earlier about thinking about last night, reflecting on that, you do start to remember from a long time ago, there was a druid that you knew, and his name was Mistletoe Wolfberry. Mistletoe Wolfberry was basically the same level that you were at in your training. And when you met Mush and things changed, you know that he was someone that immediately was against you for the rest of the circle. You remember this person, and you can almost kind of remember a sense of betrayal with this individual.
And with that person, it's not the. Am I remembering the gnome who poisoned me, or am I remembering the archdruid themselves?
The archdruid you only refer to as archdruid.
Okay.
If you learn their name directly, it's not kicking back in yet. This is someone that was you almost like this was the person who poisoned you on the night of, and it seems that they were an agent of the druid, the archdruid.
Great. Okay. I think Woodwort sits down with a cup of coffee, and rather than exchanging anything else, any other words, he just kind of looks up from the cup of coffee that's in front of him and looks everybody who's there in the eyes knowingly. And morning guys.
Good morning.
Are you he's kind of looking at Shionibus, who's now had that breakfast, and looking at Ichi holding the cup of coffee. Alona, did you have a nice night?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, how did that go?
I had a great night. It was very eventful. My night was so eventful. My night was very eventful. Wow, so many things happened. Yes, I had a great night. And then I had a great night, and then I had a great night, and then I had a great night. So, yeah. All very exciting things that I learned and talked about and did. Thank you for asking.
Shionibus has a very different idea of how this night went than how it actually went.
Ichi looks at Alona with like a little bit of concern, and at Woodward with a little bit of concern, and she notices Shionibus is getting drunk first thing at breakfast, so she looks at her with a little bit of concern, and back to Alona and says, "Do you ever miss being cloistered?"
Luna has an existential crisis immediately. Just, I'm not. Am I not? Is that not what I am anymore? Is what?
You don't have to answer that. Anyway, so how's everyone doing? You need more coffee? Anyone need more coffee? Where's Rufa?
Glad you asked. How much it's time to cut to Rufa. So Rufa is in Sumkad, which is the housing district. If you remember during the party, Akhenaten basically said that he and the rest of the Nubian elves, these city planners, were staying here as they were helping Agrippa upon Bear expand and find new ways to connect to their tester city of Chester, as well as other test cities to make a bigger city. But Rufa is there, and eventually, when there is some downtime, Precious does say that she is, basically she comes to you and she says, "Hi, Mr. I. Can I call you Mr. I? Would you prefer a different name like Sir I? Because honestly, I ain't calling you Sir. But Mr. I can call you Mr.
Oh, we could be just casual. Just call Rufa.
I'll call you Rufa. Sometimes I'll call you Ab. That's how I do things. But yeah, so I heard that we're gonna be playing a good game of Keep It Secrets. Is that what we're gonna be doing?
Oh, we will be. It will be a grand game. We'll be skirting the edge a little bit.
Well, my ears as an underground person type is honestly a little rusty, but considering my husband wants nothing to do with this, of course, but me, I could go for a little action. This old cat still got some bends. Let's do it.
True. I got the how do the young kids say? I got the vibe from your husband that he was out of the game, but You seem more accommodating.
Well, when you're used to doing night shows at the clubs, but then going out to break into offices and stealing all of the insider trading secrets, it never leaves you. So, yeah, count me any little game club. And if my husband asks, just tell him it's none of his business. He's an old dog. He's got no new tricks. Trust me.
Oh, for now, Lufa doesn't know if hasn't quite decided on a nomenclature yet. Uh, at the most, we will be, how they say, a thorn to our enemy's side, as you may have gathered from your own network. There are things are brewing.
Indeed, I have. If anything, those orcs invading showed me is that there's stuff going on. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna have a great time. My husband's gonna make his little memoirs, little mystery books. I'm gonna drink a lot of tea, and then maybe I'll send you a letter or two. And if you ever need something from me, you send me a letter or two.
True, true. Yes, Rufa will from time to time send in a little bird or two, one of his pets, with a message. Rufa thinks perhaps he will be getting into. These are good. If we are in a war, it would be good to stimulate the economy, would it not?
Agreed 1,000%. Now, if you excuse me, this little cat's gotta take a bath, and I'm in public, so I'm gonna lick myself later. Goodbye. And she just leaves.
Hey,
As you do, and that little secret perception check, I'm sorry, diplomacy check I made you roll, you're able to find a bunch of for sale signs in a whole bunch of housing in this district. After talking and working your charm on the people trying to own and rent, you find out that there are 3 different types of properties for sale in this part of the city that you can buy and then flip for a ongoing profit. There are 3 types. They are one flat or one basic apartment, $1,000 buy up, and you get 30% of that monthly. There is a 2-story duplex, $2,000 per side. However, you will get 45% of that initial cost per side per month. And last but not least, there's a stack house of 5 condos. It's $5,000 a condo, up to 50% money back every month. The question is, how do you want to invest?
that 5,000 is not bad, but I don't think Rufa has the 5,000, so that's just going off the table right now.
Michael, I have to say, I would allow Rufa to do the gambling. I would allow him to do everything else, but to fall down the path of evil so quick to become a landlord. A landlord. Why would you do this? You're probably a bad guy now. You've become part of the plot.
Hey, this is fantasy, okay? Rufa will be the best landlord ever.
It doesn't make it any better.
Sure,
That
he has
makes
a
it
Mr.
worse.
Roper in his buildings who
I
actually
can't wait to
does
see
his
the-
job.
I can't wait to see the business card. Rufa, investigator, and landlord.
In the tiniest font.
Hey, he's stimulating the economy.
Yeah. And because of your really great role, the upkeep that you're going to have to pay for, whatever, for anything here is only 10% of what you're making. So it's 10% of the percentage equal to the house. So if you are getting the flat for $1,000 buyout, you're getting 300 gold a month, and you only have to spend 30 of that gold to upkeep that. No matter what happens, you basically have a 30 gold insurance policy on this place for your resident.
I think, you know what? I'm gonna go with the. Give me a second. Let me see how much gold I actually have. That actually will depend on what I can afford. Let's see. You know what? I
If you
think
ever
with the
need
money I have, and also to make sure I have some cushion, I'm just gonna buy the $1,000 piece of real estate.
Okay. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I need you to make a note in your character sheet that says real estate flat. You are going to be making 300 gold every month. So that is free money that's going to come in every couple of weeks. And if you start to travel, that money will matriculate. You can also then use that money to reinvest in any of these houses at any point in time and just play the real estate game as much as you want. Have fun. Go crazy. Own a chunk of Agrippa upon a bear. They need
Right.
investors.
Cool. Because I'm also thinking, because one thing is, I believe I might have to go back to the video, or anybody in chat can let me know. Rufa did invest in that theater, right? He signed. I'm pretty sure he signed.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There
okay.
was some signage there. I don't know exactly the details. We're going to work that out. But
Yeah.
you definitely, Oscar and James are going to start pumping you for ideas for plays and money and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
you make, of
We're
course, a
buying the
chunk
land.
back.
He's gonna be a. This is gonna be a. This is definitely a fantasy. He's the good guy landlord.
When you become a
Okay.
mogul of some sort, Woodward's going to save his money to buy the one house to become the old man from Up who won't sell his land to Rufa.
Yes.
I'm keeping the fighting going.
He's gonna be the non-problematic rich person.
The
He's
argument
gonna
never
donate to
ends.
charity.
Awesome. So yeah, they signed the deed and paperwork. The land's officially yours. They say they have tenants ready to go. They can't afford the buyout, but they can afford the monthlies. So sure enough, within the next couple of days, they're confident. One of the workers from the working district is going to move right in there. So you'll be getting 300 gold almost every month, depending on how many months pass, depending on how many weeks pass. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a great time.
Can I read something really quick in chat? I just really like this. Rick, the GM, posted Rufa's property and loan shark business ventures.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what? Sometimes being a hero means killing the bad guy, and sometimes being the hero means an aggressive real
Oh.
estate flim flam.
I just thought something really quick. PJ,
Yeah.
if we kill the bad guys and take their property, could Rufa own their property and then flip them to like fun orphanages and like fun charities?
Let's redefine the word enemy property when the war is over, because I
Okay,
think you're gonna have a
okay,
change of tune
okay.
before we get there. Okay. With that being said, we're gonna cut back to the type and pint. Does anyone else have any business with any of the NPCs or each other before we move on?
I want to talk to Shionibus.
Go right ahead.
Ilona approaches Shionibus. She's holding a humble cup of black coffee in her hands, not touching it because she isn't actually sure if she liked coffee. She didn't have it any of the other times that coffee was mentioned in this campaign before. She holds it. She sits next to Shionibus and looks at her. Can I roll a perception check? Kylie, can I roll a
Kylie.
perception check?
Yes, just know that Shionibus isn't. She'll like glance over to see who sat next to her, but then like be lost in her own thoughts. Like she won't even look at you.
Sweet! Damn it! I already used my hero point.
Oh no.
So early in the game. Well, it's not the worst, but it's not super great. It's wow, what's my modifier? Ooh, baby, I love your way. It's a 14. Okay. Yeah, no. Alona is just gonna plunder on like nothing happened because nothing did. So Shionibus, those amazing people that we met from Nubia last night. Did you talk to them at all after the party?
No, I kind of just went straight to bed. I was just really, really tired after that night.
Oh, okay. Well, it was really nice. It was really nice meeting some of your friends that you knew from back home. That was really
Yeah.
cool.
They're a good group. But yeah, tell me more about the Morel thing. How's that going?
He's a great person, and we had a really good conversation on the Ferris wheel. It was very beautiful. He talked about how beautiful Acadia is and how we should go sometime. All of us should go, and we should all see how beautiful Acadia is. And I was like, yes, we should all go to see Acadia and see how beautiful it is. And then we saw Woodward dying, and we climbed down the Ferris wheel, and that was our night.
Back up. Woodward was dying?
Yeah. Did we not
No.
announce? Did we not tell
No.
everyone? Does not everyone
No.
know this? Oh. Yes, we Morel, Rufa, and I found Woodward face down in the grass, and he had been poisoned.
Cool. Awesome. That's great. Like a typical Tuesday, right?
You know, for us, yes. But I didn't realize. I didn't realize that we didn't tell you. I guess everything just happened so fast last night. We all went to bed. It's just, I feel like last night so many emotional, important things happened, and
Yeah. Yeah, I can't blame you. A lot happened last night with you and Morale, and then Hera and Tobias and Woodward, and there's a lot going on.
Did you say Hera and Tobias?
Yeah. Oh, I guess you were already at the Ferris wheel. They had a lovely evening, it seemed. Yeah. I don't really know much of that.
Wow. That's great. Didn't see that one. Did I see that one coming? Did I see that one coming? I don't know if I did. Well, that's wonderful. Good for them. Yay. Are they what do you call it? What do you say? Are they a thing now?
That is an excellent question. Well, think of it this way. Are you and Morel a thing now?
What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't understand the question. I'm the one who was in the temple. What? Huh?
How you and Morel are, I think that's how like Hera and Tobias are.
Oh, then no.
Think.
No.
Then there you go.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Either way, lovely night. But for now, we actually should all regroup at some point because we need to talk about where we're going next, because we have some important things we need to do. And we need to squash this bug so we can get on to even more important things.
Yeah. Real fast, she's going to take out like the paper that she had stolen from the cave in ye old episodes before, and then like dip the quill in real fast and scribble something down on the paper and then slide it over to Alona. She doesn't want to say it out in the open. I don't want to say this out in the open.
Secret message from a princess.
Screw it. Because PJ needs to know anyway.
You can just message it to both of us. I
That's
mean,
true.
you can say it because chat probably needs to hear it.
In less than fancy cursive, it's going to say, "How do you kill a god?"
Ilona turns to Shionibus and
Doesn't even look at her. Like,
end scene.
Love those.
Yep,
totally
No,
fair. I did it to you.
that's true. Can everyone come together now?
Really fast, Roof, because you're out and about. Do you have any other business you wish to attend to now that you have a little bit of property in a grip of Haunted Bear, and you've grown your network quite considerably in the past couple of days.
I think I'm done. Like I can come back when if needed.
Okay, I'm gonna assume in a hand wave that you're back.
Okay.
Now that breakfast is basically done, you probably had an early breakfast.
Okay.
Everyone else, if you guys are ready,
Mhm.
right
really
back.
quick, real
Talk
quick.
amongst yourselves. Yeah.
Rufa's gonna go to a bar before he leaves. Bartender, could I get a bloody Ravon with a black eye, aka I'm just a Bloody Mary. That's what he's gonna call a bloody Ravon.
Blood Ravon.
Oh.
A blood Ravon with a black eye. He's the bartender looks at you and goes, "Well, you can't black eye a Ravon. That's the Magadon. You want a Magadon? That's play in the morning. I'll make one for you
No,
right off the bat. Go ahead."
Where Rufa comes from, it's a bloody Ravon with a side of a slice of blood sausage, the black eye.
Oh, you want a Ravon gun hunting? 1 second.
Yes,
Get
yes.
the girdle. We're gonna get Ravon gun hunting.
It's the idea just
sure
popped
enough,
in my
you get a
head.
blood sausage. I'm down. Hey, look, here at Edge of Legend, we don't support day drinking, but if you're gonna, do it at breakfast with food. Anyway, I'm gonna be right back. You guys have more of do your morning talk. The NPCs are all gathered around the table. Back in a few moments, and we'll talk strategy.
Ichi
right.
is gonna say to Woodward, "Can't believe you almost died. You know, if anything ever happened to you, like Mush could live with me."
You know what? I don't want to speak for him. He's his own badger, but I wouldn't see a problem with that.
That's true. I'd ask him. I might bribe him with some snacks because
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's
would be
kind of how I
sad.
became friends with him. You just kind of got to bribe him until he likes you.
it's a good technique.
I mean, honestly, at this point, anybody
Yeah.
could take him from me if they had some snacks.
Yeah, honestly, that's how I've gotten most of my friends in life. You guys are kind of the exception.
Where's my
Mostly because you
snacks?
met me when I was broke for the first time.
I think we
I'm
were all
broke,
broke.
Alona. That's why I'm here.
Well, if all of
You know
Shionibus's
that, right?
business ventures of emptying other people's pockets go well, then we won't have that problem in the future.
Shionibus's
I'm hoping.
pockets. Alona looks at Rufa. Hey Rufa, speaking of pockets, where'd you go?
Oh, just a few business ventures. He takes the what do you call it, the celery, and dips it a little bit in the bloody Ravon, and like loud crunch. Mm. Well, just a few business ventures. Purchased a few stakes in some real estate. The economy is similar economy, considering we are in a war after all. That we need to think about what happens after the war.
That is a fantastic point, Rufa. And now that it has been so conveniently brought up, we need to talk about where we're going next.
True. Well, Rufa has some information that has come across his desk, so to speak.
Okay,
a few bits of
Rufa.
information. If you, I guess, Rufa guesses if we are having a meeting now.
Go on.
All right, then, well, according to the information that Rufa was presented, the Blue Rock tribe is currently attacking the coasts of Zen, Odashu, and
Kojio.
They're right at the moment they're pulling back a bit, and kind of an anticipation, kind of it's a diplomatic situation at the moment because of the whole focus on Adafan Prime. But the Marinas have cut off their trade with a bit of a blockade, and they're doing kind of a hit and run tactics for the past 6 months or so. We also have learned that Asmacon currently is under attack by the Red Rock tribe. They're they're doing with the griffins, the aerial attacks, from above, uh, decimating cities and causing all sorts of havoc in the forest, doing raids and returns, but they're not really invading property. It's more like they're building up to something, or at least weakening their front lines for perhaps more of a full, more major scale battle, and so and then causing some to pull back to more of the remote settlements. Mm, yes. Also,
But wait, Asmacon?
yes,
They're
yes, yeah.
decimating cities?
Yes,
They're
they're they're more right now. They're doing, I guess you could, Rufa guesses you could call it more hit and run tactics. Uh,
Hmm.
more
Rufa,
like they're softening it up at the moment. So
Rufa,
that is currently what we have on our plates.
Rufa. I love you, friend. Ozma is Ichi's home.
Oh,
Please, under her breath, just a little gentler, please.
understandable. Well, as Rufa said before, right now it is under attack by the Red Rock tribes. It seems that the Orcish Green Army, they're they're sending out separate tribes right now, attacking different cities, different large targets. Uh, there, it's something we
There
have to kind of consider right now. That's on our plates at the moment.
is is there any place um that's the most important to go to? Um I I mean, hearing that makes me want to go home, but I know it might not be the best strategic move,
Ichi,
but
It
you can't just tell me that they're decimating my home.
they're not decimating the home. They're more they're doing raids. They're
Yeah.
more smaller attacks right now at the moment, but it seems to be more of a what's the word Lufa is looking for? It is going to be part of something bigger at the moment, but right now they are
I see.
attacking more of the front, the smaller areas. They're doing raids. They're not formally invading any. What do you call it? It's not Bryax. It's not Bryax at the moment.
Where do you think we should go
Uh,
with all that you know about?
Well, that is the other bits of news that Rufa has received. According to his source, the stone boat that we've information we got before is more of a metal ship, probably a prototype of one of those floating pirate cities. It's much smaller than the floating cities, but still considerably larger than any normal ship. Eh, but it is possibly where the best bet we have where the Mengelmar would could be found.
It's the biggest threat,
The biggest threat right now, yes.
and they
Ah,
have the power to go places. So if
yes,
we
yes,
stop them, we could stop them from wreaking destruction all over the place, is what
yes,
you're saying.
yes.
I think we should do that then. I I want to go home, but if there's a chance that Manglemaw would come to Asmacon, if I can stop that, at least I feel like I'm doing something.
If we could perhaps send a letter to Atafon Prime, perhaps do a strongly worded letter at a fun prime. We could perhaps. It's always a good battle tactic to attack your enemy's supply chain, cause them some distress and problems and chaos and havoc. If we can, perhaps Adafon Prime could send troops once they are become available, and to defend Asmacon, and we could send a delegation, or perhaps we could be the delegation afterwards to go to Asmacon and create some kind of treaty partnership to defend your homeland.
What do you guys think about all of this?
Well,
Where do you think we should?
Ichi,
Where do you think we should go next?
I think you have a really good point. I think our first plan of action should be to stop Mengoma, because he is the one causing the most damage, in my opinion, to the rest of the world by creating the monstrosities that they are creating. And no one else should have to go through that. So we take him down, we have a really good chance of none of that ever happening again. And then as soon as we take him down, we should go to Asmacon. Rufa, I think that sending a letter to Adolfon Prime would be a great idea. I don't know if they have the resources right now to help anybody else but themselves. They're still on hiatus with their army, which is the whole reason why the orcs are attacking in the first place. I think it's a good idea to warn them and let them know what's going on, since we are the tip of the spear and we got this permission from them to be the ones to go and warn other places. But as far as helping other countries, as small as we are, we're their best shot.
True. It would be a good idea right now to send a letter either way, considering the bureaucracy of Idafon Prime. It will take some time. So the sooner we send a letter, the sooner it will clear their desks. But
Right.
I do
And
agree,
just to
Rufa
be
does agree
clear-
that Asmacon should be, after Mangomar, our next venture.
And just to be clear, Mangelma's on a boat.
Yes.
So that means we have to get on a boat to get to him.
Yes.
Does that mean that we get to be pirates?
More
I
like
mean,
I want to
private.
be
Right,
excited
also
about
on the
this,
boat.
but I'm still sad about
I-
my house.
I don't want to be the only one. Just look at it from the other way. I'm trying to catch up. So, if Megaw on this boat and can travel freely on that boat, who's to say that Megaw is going to be there when we get there? Asmacon's not going anyplace.
Really fast. Two bits of information. One, as you recall from the information taken from Geb Zebel, Mangelmal's boat is docked indefinitely, awaiting Geb Zebel's appearance, or at least an orcish army to meet him at this boat. So in theory, right now, Mangelmal's boat is docked somewhere approximately a day to a day and a half northeast of where you currently are residing on the coastline. Also, Tobias will inform you. He says, listen, I understand the letter to Alphon Prime. Smashing idea. Brilliant, Gov. Listen, the thing is, we have a peace treaty with Asmacon that says we are not allowed. Well, I no longer have citizenship there. They are no longer allowed to have any standing military presence in Asmacon's continent. They may allow us as diplomatic relations, but they can't send an army lest they break a peace treaty.
Valid point, Tobias. So, yeah, that's off the table anyway. Okay, so, folks, we have this option. We go and we take down Mengelma. It's close by. We can knock him out. And then once he's gone, really our only people that we have to worry about are Korikos, Xanakin, and Zaka. Alona looks at Shunibus. Luckily, we sort of have a way to deal with Zaka. General Korikos and Xanakin are a completely different story. But if we are to prevent Mengelma from doing anything else horrible to life as we know it, we should get moving and figure out how we're going to get to that boat.
Did we
Well,
burnt that orc ship, didn't we?
well,
Yeah,
that
did.
has. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say, yes, Rufa burnt the ship.
It was a good idea.
It was a good idea at the time.
We can get another ship.
Yes, there has been a few ideas have floated across Rufus' table. Infiltrating the Megaw ship is one of them. Perhaps either by aquatically by night, or we could, if somehow, figured out a high ground to jump in on board. And but they are also another
Sounds like
another
you're
idea is
suggesting.
they are waiting Geb Zibble and an entourage.
Are you saying we dress Shunibus up as an orc again?
I mean,
Out of character, really quick, PJ. Geb Zibble, I'm blanking. Was an orc or a goblin?
He was an orc.
Orc. Okay.
Yeah.
for all we know, they don't know. It was Korikos that's the avatar, right?
Your knowledge check. Korikos of the Avatar of Gorm.
For all we know, they don't know Korikos is the avatar. I could still technically play off that plan. That sounds so awful.
It is a really bad plan, but that's
All of this is awful. This is
You-
just,
Yes.
You suddenly hear this cracking of a wooden stick, just furiously at the table ledge. Quack, 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 quack. And then the stick drops. And then you see standing there Kahorba Bubble Boil, your good old goblin friend, who's like, "You are so stupid. Stupidest and stupido. Listen to me. Me make many idea mouth words. Okay? Okay. Listen with both idea listening holes. Okay. So, big brain speaking, little brain waits. She points at no one in general. Closest body type match person. To Gebi. God dead now. And she points to Morel. And she goes, he not big like orc. Double tall, like Zebul was. Reason to disembody double tall green mean green. One. So, me just putting it out there. Just pitching to a baseball person, kicking ball with bat stick. Beardy one. Would make good orc. Double tall mean green.
Shionabis looks at Alona. Did she just call me stupid?
I'm not the one who speaks goblin. Ichi.
I think she called us all stupid.
Woodward, in his daze, reaches down to his backpack and grabs that concrete hat. Supposed to give me charisma against goblins. Listen here. I don't want to. This hurts. I'm not good enough to do this. I can't.
She gives an assist, like lifts like the weight just like a little bit, but it's still on his head.
Look, I don't mean to short talk your idea, but this guy, he's not exactly fooling anyone to be anybody but himself, especially if Alona's involved. So, look, he's going to need some serious practice before we get there if we're relying on Morel.
Also, Morel's a beefy boy.
Thank
Gebs-
you, Ichi. And like sets down on the table.
And Bubble Boil says, yes, Ethan. And she just starts walking around with this awkward body posture. And so she says, but Dumbledore, Mean Green, him, not same. Methinks they would look at that? Contemplating gears turning brain thinking? Gabzebot. Not quite biggishness.
Rufa's gonna kind of like look over at him, kind of taps his chin. Rufa perhaps has a cunning idea. He has invested recently a stake. Did Ichi, you were there? A stake in a theater? And perhaps we do know they have a makeup department, some costuming. Perhaps. Oh, this would be a fun little play.
Is anybody suggesting that we all dress as pirates? Because I just pirates. He can be green. The rest of us should be pirates. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
We still need
I
a
know it's a
ship if
serious
we're going to be
situation.
pirates.
Yeah,
I-
I'm not making light of the situation, but like pirates.
I'm not. And I also want to correct you, Shionabis. You were still considered a pirate, and you lost a ship.
I
Those
wasn't a
ships.
pirate. I was a mercenary. There's a difference. We kind of have morals sometimes. Anyway, that's not the point. Morel?
Yeah. I was listening the whole time. If there's something I could do to help, I'm very happy to assist with this mission. I just make sure Joey's nowhere in earshot, I suppose.
Oh crap! What do we do with the kid?
Hey kid, you want to be a pirate?
It just goes, I want to be a knight of Acadia. Is
He
a
doesn't want to be
pirate
with us anyway.
is a pirate like a knight?
Is that a boarding school or something around this area?
We're just those horrible parents who keep passing our kid off to other people.
I just want to let you know
Hey,
that
he's not my kid, okay?
an immortal just dunked on a 6-year-old.
At the
But he
most,
doesn't want to go with this anyway.
most Rufa
Shionabis
is the
just throwing that
fun
in there.
uncle. He's Uncle Buck.
Uh,
No.
We're
I
making
believe
giant
not.
pancakes.
Okay. So this is the plan. Well, we need to regroup ADD folks. Let's go. Let us go. Come back here. Our plan so far. This is what we have. We're going to go to Megaw, but we need a ship, so we need to get a ship. We're going to dress up as pirates, and we're going to dress Morel up as Zebel somehow. Rufa has probably some master's degree in makeup because he's talented in every other art form. So he's going to make that happen. And we also have to find out what we're going to do with Joey so we don't take him on this horrible, evil death ship.
Rufa's gonna look over to the bar.
Thoughts?
Are you folks hiring for a bus boy or something like that?
And now child labor?
Hey, gotta learn to trade something one day.
So the Typing Pint refuses. Actually, no. The Typing Pint is actually excited about having Joey in their creative writing and story program, but not as an actual worker in a pub. Also, remember, Mangelma's docked on the northeast side of the East Coast. Well, basically, the northeast where you are, on the eastern coast. If he's still a dock, that means his boat's not going anywhere. Meaning, in theory, you don't really need a boat to get to his boat. I think it's all information we mentioned previously, so I just want to make sure everyone's up to speed. So if you want a boat to board his boat, we can make some checks for that. If you don't, you don't need to. It's all about your plan of attacking Mangle Mods, I think the terms was double hard rock boat.
I think EG really likes the pirate idea, so I think we should get a ship and pretend we're pirates.
Either way, we should be pirates so we don't look like we look like we belong out on a dock. Pirates belong on docks.
Do you think that they might have like seen Metazong before?
Give me a perception check, everyone.
I like this. I like this thought.
Woodward's-
27.
27
21?
from Alona. 21. Woodward, what was your perception check?
I got a nat 20, which puts it to 31, so I saw into the future.
Hell yeah. There's that holy 20.
Knocked it into you.
I'm just curious what everyone else's number was. Sam, what was yours?
11.
11. And what was yours, Sionibus?
24.
24. So, everyone, as you're sitting around talking, you have this moment where you go over all your paperwork. If you had a chance to talk to Matazong back in the day, you start talking about your paperwork, and you realize the only person that met with, talked to, and saw Matazong was Geb Zebel. No one else in the Green Army has had any correspondence, let alone face-to-face. Korokos was in talks via paperwork as he was commanding her armada. But the only person that met her was Geb Zebel. And he did.
So, you know, we could, if they, since she didn't have this conversation with Matazong, didn't see her perhaps, we could play off as her and her crew, and we're the only remaining survivors.
And we can prove. Wait, I don't know that yet. Woodward, have you told the rest of the party that you have a key to Mengelma's ship?
I was gonna get there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Woodward kind of going through when he goes to put his hat back from the argument he just had with Megaw. It doesn't really. It seems well placed, but completely accidental on his part. Hold on, Alona. This is for you.
Oh, right, it is for me. Alona takes the key and looks at it. What? For me?
Yeah, from Matazong before she left.
Oh. Everyone, this is a key to this is a key to the ship. We can do this. We can dress up as Matazong and her crew. Because how else would we have the key?
Well, I actually. How far is Adelphon Prime from here?
Add a character Adelphon Prime from here, from where you are. Adelphon Prime, about 3 days journey, maybe 4 days if you go slow.
How far to the to Mengelbot's boat?
About a day, day and a half if you take a rest.
Well, if we need a boat, I got one. He lifts up the second key to a cruiser in the marina at Adelphon Prime. I don't know what's on it. I'm not. I don't know if it was Geb's or if it was hers or. I don't even know if she should be giving me this boat, but we have a boat if we need it.
I think we should find a boat at the docks. But if we go back to Adelphon Prime after this, we might need it in order to get to Asmacon.
Right. Well,
So that is good for later. So I think it's settled. We are going to dress up as Matazong. Kylie is going to dress up as Matazong. No?
What?
No, you don't. That wasn't a part of That wasn't a part of it? You didn't
mean-
offer yourself? You just offered the idea?
I mean, I'll do it, but like,
It worked last time.
Well, if you don't want to be Medazon, I'd be Medazon.
yeah, now let's go. Let's do this.
Let's go to the theater and have the experts tell us what they can do with our
Guys,
looks.
we're role playing in a role playing game.
All right, guys.
To the
Makeover,
theater.
makeover.
All right, so you guys are gonna go to the theater owned by Oscar and James, so that you can then role play while you role play, so you can meta while you meta. Perfect. Great, really fast. Michael, I want to double check. Are you down to dance and clown?
Sure.
All right. So as you just to confirm, you guys are leaving the Type and Pint, correct?
Yep.
Right. Okay. As you guys leave the Type and Pint, you see wearing a battle kilt, high socks and shoes, a sweatband around the head, and has a beer in one hand and coffee in the other. Powerful broad shoulders and a beer gut. Shion is sitting there going, all right, now you said we hold off till tomorrow morning. I see you've had your breakfast, you had a wee spot of cuppa and everything else. We're doing this dance off, you and me. Now, about that time, I take a 5-minute break. So, Michael had said he is accepting Shion's challenge. We'll see where this goes. We're going to take a 5-minute break. When we get back, we're going to have a quick dance off for the title of God of the Dance. We'll see you in 5 minutes at 9:38 Pacific Standard Time. See you then, everyone. That'll work. Hey, everyone. So good to see you. Thank you for the 5-minute break. We're coming right back. And if you remember, there's a wee bit of a dance-off before they go get their makeup for the rest of this stuff. So, Rupa, Shion looks at you. His thick beard's just looking braided and battle ready. He looks at you and he says, all right, mate. Now you can, of course, deny this challenge and lose your dance studio and lose your right to be called God of the Dance, or you can dance me right now and continue on the grand challenge of dancers. Since, of course, last night we had to take a wee rain check on the whole dance thing.
Can I just say something really quick? Like, it's like as if timing was perfect. As you were saying that, huge crack of thunder. Huge crack of thunder outside.
Go to the dance.
Yeah. Rufa is gonna look at what's his name again? Sorry.
Shion.
Gion, and then back at the group. Oh yes. Rufa forgot he has this thing. A moment. This will take just a moment. All right. Let's. Rufa accepts your challenge, and well, let's get on with it.
Shion kind of starts dusting off his shins, even though they're covered in socks, and he goes, all right then, I, Shion, acolyte of Lalaran Alloway, the human bard of warriors, and the Fail Vanane of song, hereby challenge you to an official dance-off. He puts his hands on his hips, he jumps into a high skip, brings his heels up, and Joe, play Drunken Barrel as Shion is going to offer the Highland dance style of combat. This bagpipe revs to life and a pan flute starts to kick in out of nowhere. There's no musicians abound. He starts doing this amazing quick time footwork that is almost impossible to clock. Just clickety, high kick for a really big guy. His legs are going high in the sky. And he is going to make a performance check as he does the kick, turns and stomps, and this mighty river comes out of nowhere and tries to blast you away. Oh, and he botches it with a die face of 3. Your attempt to counter Shion's first Dance step.
Rufa is going to say, all right, Rufa, Maestro of Glasset, accepts your challenge. And, okay, we roll.
And she looks at Alona and is like, is that a real title he has?
Yes. You know, to
So
be
many
honest,
talents.
nobody knows.
Is this guy a druid? Because there's a lot of weather going on. I feel like I haven't really met him.
25?
Yeah, you absolutely punish this 3 die face.
Yeah.
Tell me how you score your first point in this dance-off battle.
All right, Rufa's going to, he just kind of stands there crossing his arms, watching Shion do his thing, and then reaches into his inner pocket from his coat, pulls out a handful of basically, we're just going to call it sparkly pocket sand, throws it, kind of does that grand, arc throw, shimmering in the air, and says, remix! And then it's the same tune, but then now there's kind of a jazz remix to it.
Oh my god, if anyone in the chat somehow has the ability to make Highland bagpipes and a jazz fusion remix, please let me know.
Rufa's
yeah.
going to kind of does the Highland jig, but he's also mixing it in kind of like street tap.
Okay.
Because it's a remix after all.
Street tap.
Yeah, and he does these really cool high arcing he does this kick where his leg just basically goes into a high arcing circle.
Mm-hmm. All right. So with the glitter going around, the high kick and the street tap, Shion's looking at you like, oh, apparently you're the haggis because you've been brought to me this morning. Then let's go for round 2. And to that, and I pre-rolled this, he starts matching your footwork. And as you do that big kick, he does a big kick of his own, jump with a little back twist, lands, stomps, 2 swords drop from the skies. 2 swords cross. And he starts basically jumping from sword to one to the sword to the other until basically splits into 4 people, dancing within every cross of the swords. And as he finishes with a flurry and a stomp, the swords flip off the ground, and you see an army of soldiers just dragging the swords your way. That is a total of 29. Can you beat 29?
Let's see.
It was almost a crit.
No.
Not 29. I can be a 29 because I got a 24, but it's not too far off.
All
Still
right.
respectable.
Very nice. So give me a description of how you try to combat this army of swords, but you can't beat them.
Because the numbers are so close, I'm gonna say he's able to dodge the first wave, but as the second wave comes in, you're seeing he's getting kind of hit, he's getting knocked back and forth, kind of like how a ping pong ball would be with the bumpers.
Okay.
And then he does this, and one particular hit, he does this really, really hard hit. He spins in midair. He lands. He kind of recovers in kind of the Black Widow, extended leg pose, but his knee last minute just hits the floor.
All right. As the knee hits the floor, swords cross your body. Blood streaks from you as these swords, which was just a moment of the dance, now becomes real. As you know all too much from the streets of Corset, dancing is lethal. So, right now it's tied 1 to pop. Next up, I'm going to let you lead since you lost last time. Go ahead and make your rebuttal.
All right. 26.
All right, 26. He's going to try and do his. Oh. Describe for me what you're about to do.
All right, Rufa, he sees that. Rufa's, I think it's kind of separate now. Rufa, his style is mainly countering other people's styles. So, as the swords are coming, gets back up, does kind of that really quick kip up slash windmill kick back up, and runs towards the swords, grabbing each of these swords, like kind of like, you know, a bunch of swords in his hands, launching himself straight towards Shion. And then as he almost like crashes head on Shion, he leaps high up in the air, throws the sword up. And once his hands are free from the swords, his hand plants down on Shion's top of his head, pushes down, and using it as kind of almost a vaulting up. And as the sword falls, it falls into a pattern of a heart around Shion.
Very nice. So as you do this, Shion is trying to get another fast-footed jig off, but he critically failed tremendously. So you get that point, and Shion is going to be stunned as you basically put him on a tee. This is your chance to finish him, send him off, and beat him for the title of Agrippa's dance champion.
All right. That dice is really, really loud.
It's hilariously ominous. Goes gong every single time you roll it.
Is that a critical 20? Oh
Yep.
my god. All right, Rufa. I mean, tell me the tale of how you vanquish Shion, the acolyte of the Failvanane, in Agrippa upon a bear in this dance challenge.
Rufa's going to... Okay. He, once again, he does that sliding, you know, Black Widow pose, and then without missing a beat, knows this is a chance to just end it, and rushes towards Shion again. For a second, everything around them, at least in a whatever, like almost like a globe of darkness, goes dark, and then you just see in that darkness kind of like these flashes of like moon starlight, as if disco balls exploding, and the light returns. I'm basically doing Akuma from Street Fighter's finisher.
Yep.
And he
Raging
just,
Demon.
Rufus stands there, Shion's behind him, and then you just see a pss, 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 and he just falls to his knees, and Rufus looks back, and we are done.
All right, Joe, cut the music. We have a 3-1 champion. Rufa, you have absolutely punished isn't the right word. You smunished Shion terribly. So, he starts giving you kind of the whole speech that Krumplestein did back in Moss, where he's like, he's like, oh, you beat me at a fair game of the jig and dance. The next time you're going to meet another person in the greater went pirate for a minute there, a greater competition of dancing masters for the title of God of the Dance, and of course the rights to your dance studio. The woe be to you when you beat them, and I will humbly take my loss as a learning experience.
Rufus gonna look back at Sean. You tell the others. Rufa has bigger fish to fry right now. Rufa is out of this competition. And Rufa perhaps will return one day, but right now, bigger fish to fry. We have a world to save.
Shion looks at you as he kind of strokes his beard and he says, Oh, I could tell them that. I think they'd appreciate that. No bloody sense having a dance studio and everything is going to go tits up. Right. I'll send them a letter. In the meantime, I'm going back to bed. Today's been a long day for me. And Shion kind of gets up, brushes himself off, does a big bow, and starts to walk away.
As he's walking away, Rufus gonna reach in his pocket, takes out 2 coins. He does. It's almost like that. Like, you know how in the ending of JoJo, Bizarre Adventures, it's like doosh, everything becomes like that stamp, dark, harsh lines and contrast and everything. He throws the coins up in the air to have Shion catch it. Have a drink on me. I have a drink on Rufa.
All right, I gotta. So he grabs it in midair, the fist like this, and is like, I think I will have a drink on you, mate. Thank you. And he's like doing this really weird back bend. He's like, I'll have a drink on you. I'll see you around. And he just goes skipping off.
To be continued.
Oh.
I had to slip a JoJo in there. Had to slip a JoJo. We were due for one in this game.
I
Ichi
wish we had the
watches-
rights to roundabout.
Ichi
Yeah.
watches all of that and she just says, Rufa, you are a complex person.
Rufa is like an onion. That is many layers.
All
Is
right.
this show just a bunch of references stacked on top of each other? with
Yes.
flavor.
Yeah. 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 Last week it was Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Today it's Shrek. Look, the world is a very weird place. The dance competition is officially on hold. So at a better time, if you want to, maybe during the filler arc between season 1 and 2, you can do this. Who knows? But that being said, you get a hero point for a JoJo reference. And we're going to Oscar and James Theater, aka I believe it's the Round Square Theater. I don't know why I'm
what?
blanking on my own theater name. Yep, Round the Circle Theater. There we go. Haha. Why am I blanking on this?
Have an entire world in your brain.
Yeah.
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 That's right. I forgot. I have an entire planet in my noggin.
Let's just give credit where credit's due.
So
Claps for PJ, who runs this game and built it and creates these stories every week and has amazing visuals and is amazing with NPCs and created this world out of his own dang brain.
hey, y'all helped too. Okay, so thank you very much. But I digress. So you're at Round the Circle Theater. Oscar and James are hungover and sleeping in the front row of their house. It doesn't take much. A simple question: Can we use your makeup and special effects makeup? And they just kind of they grunt and just kind of wave you off to the back. In the back, you see every kind of makeup, some sort of crude prosthetic. You can't quite tell what it's made out of, and of course, stuff to like fill in suits like hay and cotton and stuff. So anyone who wants to make a disguise check, you get a +4 to that disguise check. And that will be based off, of course, your deception.
Oh God.
It's pirate time.
It's we all have to
Please.
oh no, who's gonna be the pirate? Oh God. Who's gonna be that
Yeah,
one?
someone's got to be
pirate?
Madazon.
Probably
Yeah.
Right?
the person who's already been a pirate for
You know
several
both
years.
stuff.
Yep.
I'm using a hero point just so y'all know.
Oh, Sidney's making a face like we got a critical up in this house.
I got a nat 20.
Hey yo,
Net 20.
what are we rolling again?
Make a deception
Deception.
check. Very nice. Michael will be right back. Just 1 second. Ian, yes. What is your check?
A deception check is going to be a sweet 16.
Sweet
Ooh.
16. I gotta write this down. Okay. So Sid got a crit. Ian got a 16. What are your other checks, please?
You said, and then add a +4, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's gonna be a 30.
+4.
Damn. Okay. Hold on. Riley Got you said 30 or 31?
30.
All right. And Sam, what was yours?
23.
23. Okay. So, really fast, I want to know who is being disguised as who. Just pirate, specific pirate in general. What's your thought?
I'm a goblin because I speak goblin and I'm short. Pirate plus goblin.
Pirate. Okay, so you were going for a pirate goblin. Is that what's up?
Yep.
All right. Make a note of that. Pirates. Okay. Pirate goblin. And Kylie, who are you dressing as? Who are you cosplaying as?
I guess Madazon, but I feel like she wouldn't do like the makeup and everything. I think she would still look like herself, just costume on costume on costume, making it look like as much of a captain as she can.
Okay. Cool. So we're gonna be doing a closet cosplay here. I love it. All right. I mean, with 30, that's pretty damn good. Ian, what are you disguising yourself as?
I guess I'm not gonna try anything other than being a gnome, but I'm definitely gonna try to put on whatever clothes I can to make myself look like a gnomish pirate. I don't think I'm not entirely sure Woodward can hide his personality behind some theater makeup. So it may just be Woodward dressed as the pirate.
Okay. Pirate Woodward. Sounds good to me. Pirate Woodward. Sidney, you got the crit. Who are you cosplaying as, for lack of a better word, or who are you dressing up in the disguise?
Harg! Me name is Seabeard, the first matey of Matazong. I have long blue beard with seaweed, and I am old and crusty. Fear me, I have seen the seas, and I know things that would make you shudder. So don't mess with me, or I'll tell your mother.
Ichi's like, damn, that's good. I need to rework this. And she goes back in the closet and starts pulling out.
All right. Michael, just catch back. Could you give us a deception check with a +4 to build a disguise for yourself and then tell us who you are disguising or what you're disguising yourself as?
Give me one. I had a pause when I heard that.
I don't blame you. By the way, Sidney, hero point for that amazing backstory to a fictional character within a fictional character.
Thank you. Alona's really into playing dress up and characters because she read about them in books. Also, I literally just made that up off the top of my head, and that never happens to me, and I'm very proud of myself.
Should be. That was really good.
I want to add a scarf to Mush. Like a piratey kind of scarf, like an ascot or something that would fit underneath the ruffled shirt.
Now, as a GM, this is a very important check that I'm going to be giving you. So I need you to make a deception check +20.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Because this is Mush, and Mush wearing a
I just
scarf.
rolled a nat 20.
Oh no!
Yes!
It's so solid.
I love when things
It's
work
got
out.
a 40.
Oh my god.
I regret being so silly and glib because now Mush has a 40 deception. Oh,
The only one
God.
no one can see through.
So tell me who Mush is cosplaying as.
Mush is the saltiest sea dog ever to be found. He's got one peg leg, and he's got a ascot. If we have any of the spare pistols, I want to put one on his hip for Madazon, and we'll just send him off as the striped bandit.
Does he have an eye patch?
No. The eye patch is a common misnomer. He only uses that before he goes below deck to keep the sun out of the one eye. He's got both of
Smart.
his eyes. But the
All
peg
right.
leg is a must.
All right. Oh God, I'm gonna hate this so much. Okay, cool. Crit 40 deception. Jesus Lord and heaven, give me. Okay, so now
How am I gonna follow that?
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, but you know it's your turn. You have to make a deception check.
I did.
And-
I got a 25.
Very solid. And who are you dressing up or dressing up as?
Well, since we've been pulling references all night, I'm this is the reference I'm gonna pull with this. Was it Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire when he's creating the Mrs. Doubtfire persona?
So you're gonna be Mrs. Doubtfire?
No, that scene basically.
Oh, okay, okay. So you're
So Rufus going to like rummage, like, we might have to go latex with the nose. Kind of looks over at Itchy with like almost like a carrot nose. Too big for the. Too big.
Too orange. Too orange.
Too orange. Too orange. I'm getting too orange. Let's see. You know what? We will go with the eye patch. It is a stereotype, but you know what? Someone's got to. So
Too
he's
old
going
and
to
gritty.
put the stereotype and then kind of looks over at everybody else. He's doing kind of really quick, PJ.
Mhm.
Are all orcs in this world like green?
No, different tribes being from different locations, having different ancestries, backgrounds, whatever. They have different shades and different colors. Geb Zevel kind of talked about this in his notes about the differences between different tribes locally.
Okay. Rufus going to do, he's going to be kind of more of a closer to his skin tone, half orc. All right. We need a good roll. You need a good, for a good disguise, you need a good roll, and you need to do, it is performance, it is acting, that is, all right now, lads. Names. Shriv. Yes, just Shriv. And let's go meet this mango ma. Still working on the voice.
It's good. It's good.
Mango ma. I think that.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Morel shows up. He has put white makeup in his hair. He has done a really bad job of trying to get green paint on his skin. The robe, it's very clear his muscles are protruding through the robe, and he's just kind of sitting there like a child in this like T pose going, I don't think I did it right. I don't know how to make a costume. I'm really bad at this.
You know what? Rufus gonna walk over to him and go, Rufa would help you. You sit, but first, you promise to Rufa, you never do this again. You let Rufa do this. It is a crime you have committed here. A crime against the theater.
Morel
Talk about
Lucini.
crimes against the theater. We're in a theater. She shuts the door.
Morel just says, I was never much of a theater mate. Gonna get here, please. Fix this situation.
All right. Rufa's gonna like basically do the once again the whole Mrs. Doubtfire makeover scene with Morel as close as he can. You want me to roll the?
Please and thank you, because he got a 9.
Oh yeah.
Guys.
3.
Whenever he's
Okay,
done,
I got a
have some-
26.
Nice. Okay, 26 look like Zevel. Was that Sidney?
Still haven't figured out what we're doing with Joey.
To be fair, I've never actually planned for Joey, so I'm just not used to it.
It's
I-
very new.
I feel like it's kind of been your thing, Sidney.
Oh.
Isn't there like a daycare, a
You are
child
mom.
place where they take children and care for them, like a sort of child care. That's a thing, right?
So I've heard.
I would like that it just doesn't exist in PJ's world. There's no daycare. That's the one
Right.
thing he's
Find some
outlawed.
birds to take care of Joey.
Not
Raise your
canon.
goddamn kids. You do know that you have two very powerful female half-orcs and Tobias. And, well, Bubble Boil is going with you on that boat. So at least you have those three NPCs and a carriage if you want to make sure that Joey is safe.
Question. I guess we don't need Tobias or Hera and Antigone to come with us. I
No,
mean, we
Joey now
could.
has 2 adults and 1 playmate.
But
Action figure.
Hera
Action figure.
and-
We all know
and-
he's a glorified action figure.
Hera and Antigone are like kind orcs.
They are
Mhm.
half-orcs. That is correct. We should have them on the ship. Also, because we should have as much crew on a ship as possible because we're running a ship, which should have crew.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean-
How many of you know how to sail? Hold on. First question.
what skill would that pertain to, actually?
Can I roll a gladiator lore check to see if I've ever sailed
I
a
mean-
ship in some type of strange gladiatorial display?
I love where your head's at. I will say no, unfortunately, because yes,
It's
Roman
valid.
Colosseums, of course, they would have fake sea battles, but that's not your history as a powerful luchadora.
Valid.
What about
you have-
me with? Oh, sorry.
And so I was going to answer the question. So in order to have like special knowledge about this, you'd have to make a lore check or maybe an acrobatics check to perform certain tasks with the boat. But as for overall boating knowledge, this would require specific lores.
I was gonna say, would my warfare lore pertain to naval warfare?
Tactics in battle, but not ship operations.
Okay, I had to try.
I don't blame you.
Maybe we can hire somebody from the docks just to like give us pointers, you know?
I don't know if we have time for that to get a fully operational ship moving, especially if I'm the only one that knows how to actually do it. I mean, we could
How
hire
many
a whole
people
crew.
do you need? Like, how many people does it take to run a ship? Like,
Well, you have the bosun, you have a navigator, you have deckhands, you have a quartermaster, you have a captain, you have a first mate, you have. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of people.
How big is the boat anyway?
I don't think we found a boat yet, guys.
We haven't found a boat yet.
We're just dressing up.
You're still at the theater.
Well-
Okay.
hmm.
If it's a small boat, maybe like a dinghy.
Yeah,
Rufa thinks we have enough people for a dinghy.
that
I
goes
did
with the whole
say-
survivor thing. Like, we were decimated by the
Yeah.
forces. It's gonna work out. I know it's gonna work out because everyone looks great. Mush, you look amazing.
What Woodward was about to say. I think my best bet is to be second to my Captain Mush here, and he points to the most convincing pirate badger you've ever seen. The numbers back it up. I don't know much about sailing, but Mush seems pretty confident in this one, guys. So unless you've got a better plan, I'm just gonna kind of leave it up to him.
Side note, Mush is my quartermaster, and you are cabin boy.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm not really upset. I'm honestly, there is no making me look like an orc. Let's be real. I'm just surprised Mush is here and everything's fine.
So really fast, just so we can confirm, there's been two briefly mentioned ideas. You guys can decide where you're going to go. Either you're going to travel by carriage to the coast, where the boat should be placed, as per the map from Geb Zebel's notes. So you can just go by land and meet the boat on the coast, or you can try to commandeer a small ship, dinghy, whatever, from the pier of Moitor Gorm and go up the coast to meet Mangelmaw's boat. You have two options. Both are valid. Choice is yours.
Ship, we gotta commit to this bit. I don't care how small it is. I don't care if we need to hire a crew. We are dressed up. We
Right.
did such a good job. We cannot travel by land. That is so lame.
Which one's faster though?
Right. A
A
ship?
ship would be faster.
Yeah.
Depends.
Carriages
Do you?
are slow.
Depends.
It depends. Do you have 4 people who don't know how to take a ship on any sort of voyage in charge of that ship?
We
That's why we hire a
can
crew.
learn ship things.
I
Every
mean,
day is a day to learn a new thing, and today is a day to learn to be a pirate. All right,
Great. Okay, we're taking the water.
everyone.
I'm sorry.
Agree.
Any idea? Let's find a dinghy, like a small boat.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I want, just because I got this like funny vibe going on here, I want everyone to make a diplomacy check. And then there's going to be
Yeah.
one massive
Oh.
number. If your diplomacy checks are good enough, totaling the number, play what happens.
Is
That'd
that
be
how we get the
respectable.
people that own the theater to babysit Joey?
No, it's for the boat and the travel.
Ooh, 14.
I'm using my hero point.
Do I get the bonus for the Green War for this?
Yeah, I'll play the one for that.
28.
Damn.
Dirty 20. I will also, just for posterity, let you know that I'm using my the feat that lets me use performance instead of diplomacy for diplomacy.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
I got a-
Oh, no, Ian, what was your diplomacy?
I got a 15.
Okay. And Sydney, what was your diplomacy?
I also got a 15.
Okay. I'm going to do some quick math. We'll see if you guys hit the greater DC of this check. 1 second. 14 plus 20 plus 28 plus 15 plus 15. So, I'm sure I did that right because I honestly don't think those numbers played out right with my calculator. No, yeah, it
Just
did.
all rolled.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you guys arrive to the pier. You start talking this and that about boats and whatnot. And everyone there at the pier kind of look at you funny and they go, "We'll give you the guppy." And you look and you see this tiny little boat with like one small sail, 2 oars. It's hanging on by a prayer and a lot of character. The SS Guppy. And like, we can give you that, but unfortunately we can't give you any mariners or boaters or none. You're gonna be on your own, and quite frankly, if you don't have the upper body strength, there is gonna be wasting your time against the currents once you break past the second water point.
Ichi looks at the guppy and then raises her bicep and looks at her bicep and says, "Oh, I think we have it covered."
I mean, then it's all yours.
Then she looks at Shionibus and is like, "What do you think? Do we have this covered? Can we do this?"
You
You're the
know,
expert.
I want to say yes so bad because you all are so enthusiastic.
And that sounds like a yes. All right, everyone in the boat.
Sweet.
Does anyone else have a bottle of booze on them?
She hands him his wine, like her wine. She's like, take it, take it.
What is it? Wait, is this the wine?
The wine. Best
No,
wine you're ever gonna have.
I can't use this. This is special.
No. It's you gotta try it. This is our last day. You gotta try it at least once.
Well, this is the second boat I've been on, so I'm just gonna. You folk are taking me to strange places. And Woodward takes a swig of the wine.
All right. So you christen your ship and with it, your lips and the salt of the sea air. And as you go out, the wind is fine. In fact, the weather is quite fair. But the water gets choppy. It gets quite tough. And the oar woman in charge does row. But Sam, I'm going to need an athletics check from you. And it's going to be at a -4.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
is she the only one rowing?
Yes, she is. There's only 2 oars.
Ooh.
1, 2.
Ooh.
Let me check my I don't get any. If I rage, does that do anything for this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rage against the ocean.
Angry roll.
I don't know what that gets me, but I'm gonna rage anyway. So.
I love this. Effie Burton. Ichi rolls the hit.
All right, here goes, guys. Okay, all right. You said -4, and that's my strength. Where's my bonus? Is that athletics?
Yes, ma'am.
Sweet. Okay. Hold on. My calculator. Plus 18 equals -4. That's a 25.
Okay. Even at a -4. Good God. So yeah, you're
I have an
seeing
11 for
her.
athletics.
God bless. That's why you get yourself a strong girl, strong woman. She's just boom, boom, just pumping as much as she can. You start, as you're moving, the water and the wind start to actually work against your oars, and you're kind of have to moving with more of your back and more of your legs. It's now a full body workout. You can start feeling your muscles clam up, and it's starting to cramp. Finally inching through the water, and the wind starts pulling your boat back, and you start pressing against it. You finally break out of the first river. And now you're in the ocean. I need another athletics check. -2.
All right.
But the more you keep doing, the more these are going to stack up because you're going against the big waves.
Okay. Let's do this. Don't fall off the table. Okay. So it's -2. Plus -2. Dirty 20.
Okay. You start moving pretty solid. You're keeping a pretty good pace, even though you're working a little harder. It's like running through mud. You know, the first couple of miles, good Lord, feet, it's pretty easy. It's noticeable resistance, but it's pretty easy. Suddenly, a harsh wind comes and hits the sails. I'm going to need you to start working harder. -4 on that athletics check, as now you're dealing with the waves of the ocean.
All
Like
right.
proper.
Can I
Okay,
provide
not
aid
as
with
good.
words
Not
of
as good.
Say it again, Ichi.
Oh, hold on. I'm still doing my math.
Can I provide aid with words of
Equals
encouragement?
Second.
So that's a 13.
13. Okay. So, you start pumping, you start losing momentum. Your arms are starting to get tired. You're starting to like feel the boat get overwhelmed really fast now before the next roll. And you guys can discuss how you want to do this because now Ichi, you're starting to feel your grip loosen, your arms getting tired. You're not quite keeping momentum. Really fast question. Where did y'all put Joey?
I mean,
Guys.
I assume we left him on dry
Oh.
land.
Left him
Not
dry land.
in the boat with us.
Left him at the church.
I'm assuming like we
We should have
to
left him in the
Tobias.
theater.
Let's be real, we did.
He's with
I
an
think we
adult.
probably, considering
were
we're
talking
having
about
this discussion
Tobias.
of where we left him wherever we forgot about asking about him.
The theater.
That's what ended up happening.
That or just,
wherever
you know what, we'll
wherever we
leave him.
forgot we had Joey is where he ended up.
What if we just left him for extended amount of time at KB Toys?
Hey, he spent all last night there, and he seems fine.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna make a GM note. Joey is in a grip upon a bear with the NPCs and the town folk. Solid.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that sounds solid.
All right. So now, Ichi, you start losing
Yes.
you start losing distance on this river and this ocean. You need to get through it somehow. You've already lost some
Okay.
territory. You guys can work as a group on this. You
Uh-huh.
guys can start helping Ichi out. What are you gonna do?
Okay, somebody sing a sea shanty.
I
I need it.
Do we all know the Wellerman?
Or I should have
I'm
written
willing to
down the
roll
one
for it.
that oh man.
The one that Rochelle did during
Yes!
Roz.
Oh.
I just remember vaguely about I'm making this up as I go along, and what I'm singing is the greatest song. It will go down in history. Listen to me sing. That's all I remember.
That's good. Let's just say that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Hold.
And that's getting Ichi go. Can anybody like angle this sail with
Shionabis is
their
gonna angle the sail and like keep it against the wind.
yes. And Mush, can you stand at the front of the boat like you're the captain? Because you feel like you are, like, because you look the best out of all of this.
Mush is ready to take guiding the ship to a location that's never been disclosed to him because he's a badger. But he will definitely stand up in front of the boat and be happy about it. Nose to air.
All right. Anybody else have any words of encouragement while I row these?
I rolled a 28 on the performance check.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Scups and shadows, a brilliant idea. Soon may the Badgermen come to bring us hooch and buns and rum. That's the best thing ever.
So
All right.
that's what we're singing, just so you know, GM. What
want-
should I do?
I want everyone to give me a performance check, and each allows performance check to be in lieu of your athletics check if you
We found
want.
words of power.
Nat 20.
Shionabis is like, well, I guess I'm feeling it now.
Could that 28 just that I rolled earlier be that?
Absolutely. I was going to ask what that check was for specifically with words of encouragement. Performance makes total sense.
Yeah.
All right.
That nat 20 makes it a 28.
Okay.
Woodwork got a 10. He's not trained in it, but he technically can make checks. His charisma is great. He's still outperforming me. He got an 11.
Okay.
Just always a little better.
I stuck with athletics just because that's my best stat, and that's a 29.
Excellent. I don't know if I heard you, Sidney, correctly. Did you roll already?
I did. I got a 23.
Hell yeah. Okay. So, close the book, fold hands. You start struggling. The water starts getting higher and higher. Before you know it, the water is actually in the guppy. And you know this old wooden boat with the taking on water, it's not going to last very long. This is a coastline boat, maybe even going out to shallow sea and fishing. It's not meant to go up and around the coast through a major sea line. But you've been doing this all by yourself. You've been carrying this boat on your back, Ichi, and you're just making it work with all the might of Azmakan, with La Raza in your heart and blood, and Tio on your shoulders. You're just like, I'm gonna do this. Suddenly, the water gets higher and it starts getting deeper in the boat. Everyone is in panic, but you're trying to keep in good spirits. Suddenly, something comes on the winds of the sea. A siren song, a tune. You suddenly see a boat, slightly bigger than yours, but not quite the size of a schooner, not quite the size of a cruise, like a schooner or something. This medium-sized ship starts moving by. You see a bunch of orcs on the boat. and they're just banging what looks like a war drum. And as they're banging what looks like a war drum, they start taking giant steins and they're clanging it and they're guzzling it and they're singing. And as they're singing, there's this giant cauldron with a fire on a boat cooking something. They reach in with their bare hands. You can see the sizzle of the cauldron just splashed under their forearms like they're used to it. Noticing now burn scars instead of war scars cover their whole body as they reach in from this cauldron and pull out fresh cooked buns glazed in what's in the cauldron.
PJ.
And as they are singing, you notice the ship stolen, the buns fresh. This is the SS Scups, piloted by a few of the bun-loving tribe of orcs. This rare and impossible to find nomadic tribe has somehow fractioned off from the mainland and decided they're going for a boat trip. And their song is heard across the sea. In common, they sing, "Oh, will the Badger Man come to bring us buns and sea and rum? Oh, will the Badger Man come, and then we'll do a do." And they sing and pilot us off into the ocean in such an amazing sight, such an amazing song that you're just swept up in the melody and you're singing along with them. And next thing you know, the shanty of the bun-loving tribe of orcs that have stolen a boat, the SS Scups, inspires you, and you just start breaking through the thickest chop and the gnarliest seas you've ever experienced, and you are just pounding like a maniac possessed. You have a +8 to your roll. You're not supposed to go above 4. I don't care. There was crits, and there was scups, and there was everything in between. You've easily broken through the roughest ocean on the SS Guppy, a dinghy not meant for ocean sea. Those who are just coming in from the raid, Serious Rich, so awesome to see you in the chat. We hope you like this. You're just coming in to a crazy roll as these heroes have broken through a gnarly sea on a tiny guppy.
So Ichi's rowing and she sees the fabled mysterious bun tribe from afar, and the absolute pure joy of a mystery made known, even as fleeting as it was, just it inspires her so deeply. She's rowing and rowing, and you almost see the spirit energy that like lights up her eyes when she's raging, like a twinkle of that go, and she just goes for it with a roll of 30.
So you're just
Rowing.
you rowing. Everyone give me a free perception check as the SS Scups starts to vanish into the sea and mist.
What bonuses do I get if I ever come across the Bunlovin tribe again for giving them the Badger Man? As in, I have presented them with the Badger Man of the seas.
I will say only because Mush with his your Badger with his critical 40 deception check costume looks so goddamn majestic. I will give you a +2. Passive +2. Passive.
That was an 11 for perception.
Okay.
I got a
You don't see it.
29.
You see it.
Ooh, 17.
Something looks fishy.
Of course it does. We're in the ocean.
Shionavis is so done. She's like this mercenary that's been on the seas. She's like, everything's fish and water. What do you want?
It's a snarky pun, but it's a pun. Hero point to Shionibus. Sam, what was that perception check?
That is 18.
18. Something looks fishy. Michael, what was that perception check?
27.
27. You see it. So I believe that's Sidney, Michael, Shionibus doesn't see it. Sam and Ian, it's fishy. Okay, so Sam and Ian, as you're going up the coastline, your eyes spy two things of interest. Raking the kind of hazy fog of this sea, you start to see what looks like a massive boat in front of you. However, unlike most boats, it's not made of wood. It seems to be made of swords and shields, and it reflects the light. But it doesn't make any sense. There's no way a boat could be made out of swords and shields. It would surely sink, right? Right? But then you look to your left on the coastline. You don't remember ever seeing anything over there before. Now something's there, and it's kind of confusing. There's a thick haze, and maybe a town, but you're not quite sure. It's hard to kind of pinpoint with your eyeballs. Sidney, Michael, you see the boat on the horizon. Big steel boat, definitely the double hard rock boat that Bubble Boil mentioned. And then you look to your left. You see a town on the hill with a fence all around it. And swinging in the breeze like a body in the grave, you see a sign that says, "Welcome to Daltonshire." Just off to your left. And you could have sworn you've never seen that city before. But there it is on the left side of the coastline. Huh.
Aren't you glad we took a boat now? Aren't you glad we took a
Yeah,
boat
we're
now?
turning the boat around, going home. So yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Nope, 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 nope. It's like that meme with Godzilla,
No.
like two middle fingers going, nope, 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 back into the sea.
Just a
Just
faint image of a small boy with a maid standing near him. No, a candle.
You
Just to be
do,
clear,
yeah.
none of us know about Daltonshire,
Yeah.
right? Like not a
No.
single one. Okay.
Nope. But those that did see it, Sidney and Michael, you hear a voice. Was Woodward whispering? Was that Shionibus laughing under her breath? You hear a voice that says, "I have such truths to show you. You like to see the truth."
Hey, can I roll occult? If anything's occult, this would be occult.
You can make a wisdom saving throw right now. I'm
Oh.
sorry, willpower saving throw right now.
Ooh.
Both of us or just Rufa? Because I don't want to. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah, make a wisdom saving throw. I'm sorry, willpower saving throw. I keep doing that. Oh, it's too many additions to my brain. A willpower
Also-
saving throw.
If anybody in the chat did not see our October horror specials and you want to know what Daltonshire is, check them out.
Whole lot of nope.
I did too. I wanted to know what Daltonshire was, and then my character died before I got to roll.
This is a good
That
15
should tell you
minutes.
everything you need to know. Yeah, the
First
15 minutes. First 15
Uh,
minutes, I died.
By the way, I got a 23.
Okay, 23.
21.
21. As the voice continues to say, "I have such truths to show you." The sky gets dark. Instantly, it's nighttime. The stars are shining way too bright, like the glint of light off the edge of a sharpened dagger.
Oh,
The water itself becomes pitch black, and to your vision, it turns into rock like asphalt. And walking across the water, you see a large, painfully thin figure wearing a black suit with a head like the moon and eyes bigger than its head and a smile that stretches the back side of its skull. And it says, "Please, I have such truth to show you. Come on, you'll walk just fine. Get out of the boat and join me." And immediately, the minute this figure says, "You'll walk just fine," you know, no. I will not walk just fine. This is some nonsense. This is some old bullshit, and I ain't having it today. And you just stare at this figure as eventually sensing that you're not gonna get out of the boat and join them. It goes, okay, fine. I'll see you soon. The time has almost come. The time of the year is almost here. I get to spread such joy and cheer and smile. And you see him just pull this smile until it goes all around its head again, and its mouth opens up like a skull with nothing supporting the flesh of it. And it just kind of smiles and says, I'll see you soon. The black vanishes, the starry night fades, and you're on your boat just staring at the city, eye all cloudy and brain in a haze. But no one saw or noticed it except you two.
Rufa's gonna slowly look over to Alona. For once, he's kind of kind of disappointed.
No. Back to sailing.
I've never been so happy to fail a perception check. I'm gonna be honest.
Votes to go home now.
So you continue. Manglema's boat is just up ahead. You're maybe a few, like 10 minutes of rowing to get there. And you can see Manglema's boat is docked in such a way that there's actually a bit of plank leading to the mainland. Actually, the land, it kind of comes out in a bit of a shelf, drops into a beach coastline. There's a bit of wooden plank stretching from the boat to the mainland, but there's also a small kind of makeshift port dock, if you will, underside the boat. Something where if they wanted to send out an envoy ship of their own, they could easily dock one there and leave it. Dock one there or leave it, I should say. So you're getting close to Manglema's boat. What do you do?
Well, everybody, so are we stealthing in here? What's the plan?
PJ, can I actually roll? Like, I'm not sure what roll it would be to see if there's any weaknesses or possible entry points. Like, kind of no. I'm just basically doing no weakness on the freaking boat.
Yeah, your choice,
Yeah.
military lore or perception.
I'm thinking military lore, mainly for the fact that he's thinking with his tactical mind right now.
Yeah.
If that's cool.
Yeah, go right ahead.
And it's also higher.
Sidney, Alona would have known on that note. I was specifically told that it is a security key for the double hard rock boat, so we may want to be looking for a door to fit that key.
Alona is going to make a perception check for a door with that would maybe match the keys. Well, we are going to find out what that is going to be. 21.
Okay. So 21 to look for a way to use the key on the boat. Is that the correct usage of that?
Yes, please.
Okay, let me make sure I get this right. Okay. And Michael, what was your military lore on the boat?
23.
Okay. And you're looking for weaknesses on the boat, correct?
Like entry points, what looks to be like the least guarded and good idea, basically ideas on how to get in with the least amount of trouble or being found out.
So I'll go with Michael first. you start to look at this boat, and you start to. The best way for you to compare this boat to anything else you've seen in this world would be a castle rampart.
Mhm.
Unless you have a siege engine or a wizard who can cast fireball underwater, there's probably no way you're going to bypass Imbue's weaknesses or really put a dent in this thing. As far as ingress and egress goes, because this boat is so sturdy and built with only two, at least right now, visible modes of entrance and exit, the best way in is either the dock for envoy ships in the water or the wooden plank to board on dock proper.
Mhm.
Sidney,
Yes.
looking for the key on the boat. Right now, this point in time, it looks like there's one door by the
Mhm.
envoy port, kind of like a big chamber door. You can see there is what appears to be a built-in padlock. But you have a feeling just from the make and model of the ship that there may be many doors in this massive steel boat that this key could be used for, as it seems to have repetitive architecture all over the side of the boat.
Well, let's sail up to that one and find out.
Rufus- oh,
Our previous knowledge of big metal doors led to the Cathedral of Ravon, right? I just want to double check that.
You do vaguely remember there was a big sealed door, metal with a lot of padding to soundproof it.
And this
But
one doesn't look like that one, right? I don't know where this boat came from, guys. And I know I don't want to be stuck in Shionibus's position.
Ooh.
Rufa's going to look over to the party and go, well, it looks like it would not, perhaps it would not be optimal to sneak on board. Perhaps duplicity or deception would hold better for us in this occasion.
Question, PJ.
Mhm.
Would Shionibus know the best way to approach a situation like this where a deal is being made?
Good point.
Tragically, yes. In the case of a deal, the best way to do it would be to send messengers to the boat to basically inform them that you had come to basically join their boat for the deal. You send it a messenger, you agree upon terms, you come on their boat, you make the deal on their boat.
Cool. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. She's gonna pull out a piece of paper and then give it to Rufa. I need something written up. It needs to. It's essentially a deal. I know you're really good at those, but terms and conditions, why we're here, any other somewhat valuable information that's not giving too much would work. I need either you or Mush to carry this letter ashore in the least threatening way as possible.
Yeah, I'll take it considering Mush is a verified sea captain at the moment.
Junibus, do you want Rufa to write this letter in the handwriting of anybody in particular, or just write it out?
Ooh, do you have any letters from her that she has handwritten?
Really quickly, PJ, I believe you still have all the notes and everything, right?
Yes.
Yes, you should have some notes from Geb Zebel in the past, yeah, with correspondence between him and Matazong.
Okay. So you want
And the key has a
Rufa
note on it.
to oh, what? Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. The key has a note, handwritten note on it
Okay.
Perfect.
So you
I'm going to
want
use
as
my
well.
foraging skill then to try to match that handwriting as best I can.
Okay. Give me a check on that. I'll let you know how well you do mimicking that handwriting.
can I give her aid?
If you can roll the same thing, sure, absolutely.
I believe it would be a deception, right? That's for forging, I believe.
Oh no, where's my book?
Right.
Hold on, I have notes on it.
Yes. Let me confirm. I have my cheat sheet right here as a GM screen. Right here. Look at that screen. That's a
I
good
thought
screen.
you said foraging at first, and I was like, she's gonna just like find a letter in the forest,
Yep,
or
like she do.
Hey,
Sounds
look,
like something she'd do.
the best disguised pirate captain we have on this ship also came from the forest. So
not
True.
wrong.
I believe it is a deception, but since this is an ability that Shionibus is using directly, I will defer to her for the skill check in question. So just one moment while she does that.
Let's go. Ooh, hero point. And we're gonna dice jail. Come on, dice, don't fail me now. That is going to be, you said deception?
Yes. If
20
that's
26.
26. Okay. 26. Michael, do you want to make a deception check as well?
Yes.
We'll compare notes.
24.
Okay. Okay. So, Shionibus, you're forging the note. Can't spell right now. Is a DC of 28. They are going to have a really good passive perception. I'm sorry, perception DC, or they're going to have to like spend a lot of time rolling against it to figure out if they can beat that. So you make a note. What does it say?
Basically sums up why they're there, that they were sent by Zebel. Oh no. Here
Keep
to
it-
discuss further
Uh-huh.
details.
Now, are you sure you want to say that? Keep in mind, Morel is currently doing a
Oh,
Geb Zebel cosplay.
That's right, that's right.
Mhm.
Scratch that, start another paper.
Maybe we could just tell him Geb Zebel has a sore throat.
Right.
Ichi says to Shionibus, well, what my friends back home would say is the way to make a lie believable is keep it as close to the truth as possible. So, what just happened? Our forces were decimated. Geb Zebel barely escaped with his life. We are here now because we can't be there anymore. They won that battle.
We're coming back losers.
I don't think that's what they
Mhm.
want to hear.
We'll make it sound nicer.
second
We
place
are
is always the first
delayed
losers.
winners.
We will be victorious next round.
We will be victorious once we regroup our forces, which is why we're here.
That's good.
Victory is within our grasp.
One more reminder. You do remember, because the notes of Geb Zebel are on you. Geb Zebel is supposed to meet Manglemaw on this boat.
Get off the boat, Morel.
And we're here like you wanted us to be? Is that
Okay,
right?
here we go.
That's right, right?
Geb Zebel is here to discuss further details involving Korikos.
Oh.
Signed, sealed, delivered. Is that okay, everyone? I need everyone's
Sweet,
approval.
like it. Yep, I like it.
Sure.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Signed, sealed, delivered. She's gonna like two-finger hand it over to Woodward.
I got this, guys. Don't worry. Woodward's going to. I guess. Did we pull the ship up to the dock?
Not yet. I
Okay.
believe you guys are still planning before you go to the boat proper.
Well, so Woodward's gonna have to get left off someplace.
In the ocean?
Ocean.
Just
Wait,
swim for
could
it.
Woodward transform into like a sea creature yet?
I absolutely can, but I don't want to do it to deliver
Okay.
this letter. I definitely want a pirate fight to end in me being a shark. I will fully admit that.
That's a shark.
Do you want to take the key and go through the door? Or see if the key works on the door? It looks like the only place we can get into the ship is through that door, and not every metal door is going to be a temple to a devil lord.
Only half of them are.
Point.
I think Woodward kind of looks to Lona. Hey, look, I think that's a great idea, but I think me showing up with the letter from Geb Zebel inside their own ship may raise a few eyebrows. I think I'm gonna knock.
Good call.
Okay, so to confirm, you're going to the envoy ship dock with your dinghy. You're parking it there. Woodward's getting out, going to the door, and knocking. Okay, give me a diplomacy check, Woodward.
Ooh, I got a solid 12.
So you knock. There's a few awkward, heavy seconds of silence, and suddenly you hear this awkward scratching noise behind the door. You hear pull of a latch, a turn of another latch, and then finally hear the creaking moan as a wheel starts to spin on the other side of the door. And finally, it ends with the sound of almost a hammer resting on an anvil. And the door opens wide. Looking into the ship, you see it is impossibly deep. A faint green glow from deep inside lights the way. You can hear what sounds like the surge and spark of electricity popping and cracking off the distance. You can hear echoing throughout these metal halls a cackle and a laugh. And then, grabbing your attention out of it, you see a goblin with 4 eyes, 2 top, 2 middle, each one a different color. And he opens his mouth, and you can see 2 rows of teeth as he looks to you and he goes, "Hi. What you want?"
Guy, hey, God, um, I'm here to give you this letter.
"Who are you? Who is you? Who sent you beast? Who are you? Who are
Me?
you?"
Oh, my name's Woodward, and I follow Captain Mush.
"Who is Captain Mush?"
Oh, well, he's just the guy that helped us get here on the boat.
"Hold on." Suddenly, you see, as these 2 arms are reached out from his body, you see 4 other arms from his back grab the edge of the door, pulls himself up while he's just hanging there from these 4 arms on his back, and he looks around you, he goes, "Oh, oh." He drops back down. This long tail kind of comes up to the goblin's head as he pats his 2 other eyes. And he says, "Oh, no, 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 we do not see him. No, 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 no. No, that's the dreaded Mushbeard, the pirate. I don't want to see Mushbeard the pirate. He is terrifying. He will scare us and kill us all. What do you want?"
Well, he's sailing with Matazong now. And this letter comes from her.
This name sounds familiar to me. Letter, give. Give letter. Do you have notice? Give notice.
Woodward sheepishly puts it out in between all of his arms so he can choose which one to use on it.
All 6 of them just clap on your hand and slide the letter away, and all 6 are holding the letter, and they're fighting over which arm is going to take the letter. And he goes, "We'll be right back. No moving nowhere." Close the door, and you can just hear this kind of like like the slapping of meat hitting the ground, like a rhythm, like movements. Like if someone put a foot on every spoke on a wheel and then just rolled the wheel. So you hear that noise. A few very awkward minutes pass, maybe 5-10 minutes, and then so the door just damn goblin meets you. You are going to be speaking to Master Mengelma. This is going to happen. Welcome, welcome, welcome into boat. Welcome into boat. You will be meeting with him. We have news.
I should get my captain. I'm here to make sure everything was, above board and friendly.
Get your people. Get Captain Matterong. Get somebody, beard boy. Get him, bring him. Everyone's waiting.
I'll be right back. And Woodward
Well-
slowly walks away, but with his eyes facing the door until it shuts.
Eventually, the door locks with this cacophony of locks behind it.
While that's all happening, am I able to reread through all of these papers like as quickly as possible and gathering as much information as possible?
By these papers, you mean Gebzebel's notes?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think you guys have that information. If you guys want to like collate data, feel free whenever you want to.
Everybody knows everything.
There you go.
Even Morel, because he's the one who's cosplaying as Gebzebel, so that's pretty
Oh.
important.
Of course, of course. Oh boy, he's got a very dense vocabulary, doesn't he? Oh Lord.
As we wait for Woodward to get back, Ichi has been like readjusting her costume and just says, "All right, just my name is Crunch. Crunch. It's a good goblin name."
That is a good goblin. That is a good goblin. Crunch, Seabeard, Matazong,
Woodward.
Woodward,
We're missing
Mushbeard.
Yes.
Mushbeard.
Mushbeard.
Wait, was I Seabeard?
No,
was
Seabeard.
Seabeard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Seabeard was Sid.
Okay. Well, Rufa, before I said it, his pirate name was going to be Civ.
Civ, that's right.
Civ is a good name. This is my goblin voice.
Right.
Favorite voice.
Right. That's a good name. Good, strong voice. Yeah.
So, in the middle of all
you
of them
think-
practicing their accents on each other, Woodward shows back up at the boat. Hey, y'all, there's one thing weirder than what I just stumbled across, and that's what's in that boat. There's a goblin, well, multiple goblins, one goblin. They're all mushed into one. Not mushed, but there's a goblin with a lot of eyes and a lot of arms, and it's real uncomfortable looking. But we're invited onto the boat.
Like drawn on eyes?
Oh no, that would make this a lot less weird. He's got extra eyes. It's kind of like, you remember those orcs made a bunch of other orcs?
Yeah.
Or the
Well, what if they
Boblins.
didn't lose any body parts when they turned into one?
Do they all blink at the same time too?
You know what? It didn't blink, and that's more unsettling.
Woodward, are you insinuating that everyone on this ship might be an abomination created by Mengelma?
Hey, look, I've only seen one, and I don't want to paint with that wide a brush, but who knows? Megalmach could actually be a good-looking fella. We don't really know who this person is, but the
Well,
first one is, yes, definitely abomination. I'll say it out loud.
well,
yeah, scary.
considering what we saw was the Bloblins back in Alphon Prime, this is not that surprising.
Yeah, I would agree, but those didn't talk to me. And this one did, and it grabbed the letter with 6 hands, and it didn't blink all 4 of its eyes, and it did smile at me through both sets of its teeth. So,
Both
Okay.
sets? Like top, bottom?
I'm telling you, no, top, bottom. There's no, there's no
Alright.
good way to put it. We're just gonna walk up to the front door. We're all allowed in, and you guys get to see it.
So this
I
is
didn't
good.
catch
This is
its
good.
name.
Probably for the best.
Nobody's surprised. Nobody's gonna. I mean, nobody's going to be surprised about many armed goblins. We act
Oh,
like we know it's a normal thing, and
We
I
also
guess
need,
it's time to go.
yeah, we also need to understand that Mush is apparently a captain of the high seas, and they're all real scared of him.
Honestly,
I'm not sure how this
Obviously.
happened.
honestly, this plan is getting worse and worse with each additional element we are discovering.
We are already pirate clothes on pirate dinghy next to Megalmoth's ship. We can't turn back now, Rufa. We got.
Well, we
You have
actually
another
can
option.
turn back. It would not be a good move to turn back right now, but we do have the option of turning back. And the more Rufa is learning about this, the better that idea is getting. But Rufa does know we must do this.
Our chances aren't that bad, Rufu. We got 2 more sets of arms than it does.
What if
And
each
if
one of if
things
there's
go
other
bad,
well, if there's other creatures like
If
this
things
creature
go
there, which
badly.
multiple times we are out armed.
Okay. Really fast.
I just want to say, if things go badly, we can always ask that creature to lend us a hand.
Okay. I want to give the hero point, but I need to ask, are you guys boarding the ship?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No.
Yes,
What if
we're
we just
boarding
do
the
meeting
ship.
outside? What if we just do meeting out on
No,
the
we're
sand?
going on the ship.
I don't think that's a good idea.
We're going on the ship.
We didn't say it was a good idea.
Yeah, you asked. if we
Could
were-
Rufa and Shonobis stay outside as the lookouts?
No,
That
because she's
seems
got
like
to
a-
be there.
Yeah, you mean Rufa and Matazong.
Yeah. All right. Alona's gonna shoo everybody onto the ship. She's gonna be like shooing them on, shoving lightly, going. Come on, children, go
If
the
this-
field trip.
Those
The field
crabbies
trip's
got
this
to
way.
be together.
Morel is lifting you two by the collars. He's like, listen, if I don't want to be here, that means you have to be here whether you like it or not. And he puts you down. And with that, the key unlocks the door one more time. You hear all the locks just pop, slam, clamor, and raucous. And the door handle just kind of seems to almost fall limp. And you grab it, and with a quick twist and with an open outward towards you, you see the dark lights inside the ship with a green glow hanging as an ambiance in the air, the crack of blue electricity, the sizzle of red fire, and shadows moving in the shadows. These unusual, uneven, unbalanced forms moving in the darkness. And then, as a green glow in the walls pops with a spark of blue electricity, you can see the goblin that Woodward mentioned with 6 arms, 4 eyes, 2 rows of teeth, and a tail that rises, grows an eyeball in the tail, and looks at you and winks. You have now boarded Manglema's ship. And that is where we're going to end today's episode of Edge of Legend. Stay tuned for next week where they go through the dungeon that is Manglema's ship. So we hope that you guys come in and see what happens as they take on another one of the dreaded and terrible generals in Korokosa's army. And who knows? Maybe it'll be funny. Who knows? So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's say our goodbyes, and we'll tune in next week where these 5 brave adventurers have to get through Manglema's boat. Let us say our goodbyes and some thank yous. Thank you to everyone that joined us from the raids, Dice Drinks Drama, and I'm losing my pencil. There we go. And the one we had at the very top of the D. Why am I blanking on the name? I'm so terrible at names.
Dungeon Dive Bar.
Dungeon Dive Bar, thank you, Ian. Thank you so much for your raids. It was amazing. Everyone that joined us, we hope you like it. Discord link is in the chat. YouTube, just look up Nat20 Productions Official or Edge of Legend. You can get caught up on all of our episodes. And without further ado, please, Sidney, tell them who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me online at Sidney Rubino, SIDNEYRUBINO. I also have a YouTube channel that I upload videos of me reading to every Tuesday. So if you like folklore, I'm reading a book of American folklore right now. I have also read fairy tales and Grimm's fairy tales of the like. So if you like being read to and you like discussing morals and what stories you're supposed to teach us, come join me on Tuesdays on my YouTube channel. Ding.
Very nice. And of course, before I forget, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Sidious Ritz for also rating us. Thank you so much. I love it all the time. Next up, Michael Powell. Mr. Michael Powell, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
I'm just also going to add this. Of course, this place is right next to frickin' Daltonshire. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yes.
It's all about location, location, location. Rufa also knows this. But anyway, I'm Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO, or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, such as my YouTube channel, which is Fantastic Tales of Adventure. We just recently released our 100th story video, and we're doing like a aesthetic design upgrade and a new video series on Friday, so really exciting stuff there. And yeah, also on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Toyzilla Network, I co-host a show called Toyzilla Live, where we talk about toy news and nostalgia.
All right, next up, Kylie, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. I played Shionibus, the Elven Ranger, this episode, and hopefully episodes after this, but we'll see. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life, pretty much all over the internet, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good jazz. I am a part of a D&D campaign called City of Promise on Dragons and Dreamers here on Twitch. We play on Mondays, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm playing a lovely quarter orc, which is not quite half. And we just found out that my mom is low-key a part of a huge missing person operation, as in causing the ones to disappear. So that's fun. Come join us.
All right. Well, that's absolutely awesome. I've seen the show Monday nights. If you haven't got a chance to see it, check it out. It's amazing. Sam, if you can, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I am Sam Sterling, and you can find me online at Hey Sam Sterling and all the internet places. Check out TikTok. I just uploaded a video earlier today of how I set up my stream. So if you want to see what this looks like from the behind the camera over there point of view, go check it out. Other than that, I'll say if you happen to have missed last week's episode of Edge of Legend, you should definitely go back and watch it on YouTube, because there was a lot of character backstory lore drops. So yeah, go. Even though you saw this episode, you might be like, well, but no, go watch it.
All right. Ian, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hey everyone, my name is Ian, and I go by Bearded Scald everywhere on the internet. You can find me in our Discord, on Twitter, and on Instagram by the same name. I am also co-founder and one of the candle pourers for a small business called Witch and Heathen that I run with my fiance. And our next update is on the 20th. So if you guys want to check us out, you can find us at witchandheathen.com online and come check out what we have.
And as always, please check out my friends that do amazing work. Sam is brilliant. Sidney is very talented. Michael is very charismatic. Kylie is so much fun. And of course, Eden and his fiance are brilliant at candle making. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.megaw, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Come find me. Let's have fun. When I'm not here with these amazing people, you can find me on Tuesdays for At the Table, 3:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as Michael Powell and I discuss all these amazing things about tabletop art, role-playing games we love, and some of the things on that show get invented and wind up in this show. Like Precious, that cat spy that Rufa recruited was the first ever voted in NPC that we created at the table. So come on, tune in, create with us. You never know what you build and how it may pop up in this show, like the Bun Tribe today. So hopefully we'll have some new surprises and some more things coming down the path. I may have a surprise in May, but I want to wait until that is better ironed out. Until then, thank you so much, and we'll see you same Nat time, same Nat channel here for Edge of Legends.